Thank you. Hello. So where do we leave it? It's been a few weeks. It's been 3 weeks, 4 weeks. After the events in Borneo, North Borneo, not Bolivia, in North Borneo, he returned to New York and was almost immediately placed in quarantine in the basement research labs beneath Caduceus headquarters.
Yeah, you remembering?
Is it all pushing back now, Ange?
Stop dragging that scene out!
Yeah, there's this thing in films and TV. It's called pacing, Ange.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I'm not going. I'm not going. I refuse to go.
I wasn't in character.
No, I'm not go. But everyone else is going there.
Oh, okay. I won't do it again.
They were just about to sneak up behind you with the sedatives. Placed into quarantine in the research labs at beneath Caduceus HQ. Jamie and Vinny were still infected with the Yellow Death. The cure that they'd concocted in Borneo had only delayed the onset of the disease rather than curing it. Randall, meanwhile, on the other hand, the cure had worked on him, and he was uninfected. So Jamie and Vinny were subjected to an experimental. Do I want to say this? I can't remember what they know and what they don't know.
They don't know
anything.
I know everything.
We know.
He knows everything, but we didn't tell him everything.
We know.
Yeah. But I don't think we did a headphones off thing, though, did we?
No, we didn't. No.
That's okay then. Okay, so Jamie and Vinny were subjected to an experimental hybridization process, combining their DNA with that of a serpent person, which was the only way to save them from imminent death from the yellow death. So meanwhile, Alfie and Karina, also uninfected, discovered this was because they are in fact immune due to their DNA having already been altered to that of a serpent person when they were struck by these the strange energy beams in the Dreamer's Temple back in Bolivia. So they're later back on the streets of New York. Each of our heroes attempted to get back to a little bit of normality and stability, at least for a moment. So Jamie managed to regain the trust of her associate and best friend, Richard, reforging that key connection, despite narrowly avoiding a potentially fatal accident when she took him climbing for some reason. Karina spent her time searching the pawn and jewelry shops in the vain hope of finding a replacement for her mother's ruby.
Sorry.
I'm glad you said jewelry shop after that.
Yeah.
Down on Sunset Strip.
Wow.
So to replace her mother's ruby pendant that had been stolen, but it turned out to be a futile task, as she knew, nothing could replace that. But upon returning to her apartment, she found a box outside the door to her apartment which contained her missing pendant, along with a note with a suspicious a smudged blood stain on it that simply said, "From a friend." And we should point out that Karina still is suffering from underlying insanity.
Oh.
Which should be interesting. So that will, because she's still suffering from underlying insanity, she could be prone to delusions, bouts of madness, and other interesting things. Randall returned home to his luxury apartment, a place empty of life but filled with memories. So reminiscing on past glories, he's overcome with grief and anger at the realization that these grand gestures and escapades are nothing but feeble attempts to fill the empty void of his life, left by the created by the death of his wife, a void that can never be filled. Vinny, meanwhile, manages to regain the trust and respect of his sweetheart Molly, reforging that key connection. Though perhaps his extravagant gestures may have attracted some other attention, perhaps.
Can't just succeed the role, can I? No, there's got to be some comeback.
No, there's got to be some complication. Alfie, traumatized by recent events, committing a small-scale genocide. So he sought solace in the bottle and the company of an old flame. And to his surprise, this old flame is rekindled and he has forged a new connection in his life. So, although the morning after, he found an unmarked envelope that had been pushed under his door containing as yet undisclosed type letter, which I can't remember if I mentioned at the time, but you also detect the faint smell of expensive perfume on the envelope and the letter. So later that week, the heroes were summoned back to Caduceus to be briefed on their next assignment, where they caught a brief glimpse of Tyrannish, who was now awake and was apparently being subjected to some kind of interrogation. The briefing they receive is given by none other than Joshua Meadham himself, the founder of Caduceus, who is accompanied by a Mr. Cannon, a rather imposing gentleman who turns out to be Mr. Meadham's personal bodyguard. So they are told of a preacher in Bingham, Oklahoma, who is preaching the word of Yig, the father of serpents. And although Caduceus insists that, unlike the Inner Night, the worshippers of Yig are by and large no threat to humanity, yet they wish to know how and why a human Christian preacher in some backwater in the Dust Bowl of Oklahoma came to have this knowledge, and perhaps find out if the possibility of machinations of the Inner Night are at play. So as the briefing is coming to a conclusion, the new handler, Dr. Gonzalez, he was just handing out a briefing document when there is an explosion that shakes the building, or certainly this floor, followed by screams and sounds of panic as an angry voice shouts out in the Cal.
So freaky.
So, running to the room from where the sounds were coming from, revealed utter devastation. The windows of the room had exploded, showering glass everywhere. Furniture is on fire, the air is filled with smoke, and the burned and mangled body parts of the Caduceus scientists are scattered around like confetti. Through the haze, a glowing, swirling portal is closing on one of the walls. Tyrannish has left the building. The Caduceus staff panic, running hither and thither, while armed security guards brandish their weapons. All is chaos for a while. The affected area is soon cordoned off, and the Caduceus team moves in to inspect the area, attempting to establish what has taken place. So Dr. Gonzalez hurries you along to the lift, through across the floor, away from the devastation that's taken place, and towards the lift, and leading back down takes back down towards the foyer, handing to each of you the envelope containing the briefing document. Upon reaching the foyer, says, well, I will have to get to return to the 8th floor. If you can peruse this document, we will be in touch with travel arrangements in the next day or two. I trust you have no questions.
Probably about 1,000, but none that spring to mind right now.
I've got a question for you, Phil. Could I make a roll against Nicole to see if I understood any of that?
I was wondering that actually about
I've
the
got about
language.
13% in it these days.
You do not have to make the roll because you did. I believe you did understand it. You had enough to understand it. So what she said, you are as bad as each other. I refuse to serve the father of snakes or the mother of darkness. May you all be struck down. So that is all you were able. The rest was gibberish.
Hmm.
I refuse to serve the father of snakes or the mother of darkness.
So very good. So as I say, I shall be in touch within a day or two. And he kind of almost pushes you out the lift and disappears.
I think I have a lot in common with this Tyrannish. I too refuse to serve the father of snakes or the mother of darkness. That doesn't sound very good at all.
Finding some common ground there, Randall.
I'm just wondering what it means that she escaped.
I guess it means she didn't want to be experimented on anymore.
Yeah.
So do you think she went back to Borneo?
Well, she's free. That's the main thing. Whatever.
Main thing?
She was
Well, we
able to
haven't-
do this all along, and she still came with us the entire way.
She was unconscious when
Something they've done to her woke her up. They've
Yeah.
woke her up.
Oh, I see.
And she's
And
not happy.
experimented on her. I mean, that's just wrong in itself. I mean, this is what we do. We find things that aren't
I think so.
the norm, and then we experiment on them.
I mean, this is kind of your job description already. It's just normally you bring back dead things, isn't it?
Yes, but I don't live things different. Wrong.
She experiments on old things and artifacts that are...
I don't experiment.
No.
I try to unravel the history and the wonderfulness of it, because I'm very...
Sorry.
And the people who made them aren't currently using any of those objects at the time, so... It's fair's fair.
I think, yeah. It is a wonder where she's gone, though.
I mean, the stuff that we're doing is very interesting, and the research could be phenomenal, but it just seems that everything we seem to touch at the moment, people are dying and things are bad are happening.
So many explosions. It's a lot more explosions than there was ever spoke about.
Everywhere we go, there's a trail of dead bodies. Or animals.
True, but at least they're not actually caused by us.
Well, no, I've killed more animals than Randy so far, but...
To be fair, you're very good at what you do, and they must have taught you so much on that farm.
Yeah, you have to learn on the farm. Shame I didn't take it up as a living.
Does nobody take any responsibility here for the Haftarang device?
No.
I mean,
Well-
I feel sad about it, and there is a little bit of guilt, but we didn't knowingly take that. We were only told after the fact, and that it was already damaged and was going to be set off no matter what we did.
It wasn't our fault.
They kept that. He kept that from us.
And the only thing that we can take from that is the fact that we stopped thousands and thousands of more people dying from that illness.
Well, I think it's fair we
But-
take half the Haftarang responsibility.
Why?
I somehow think that because we didn't prevent it from happening.
We
And
couldn't.
if
It
we
was
weren't
gonna-
able to prevent this from happening, well, what use are we? What use are we to this Carduceus organization if we lack the skills or the knowledge to actually make the proper decisions that are going to do good for people? All we did was accompany an event that was really, really bad. We
We don't
didn't
really
solve-
know anything about Caduceus either. We don't know what their
And if they hadn't sent us,
intentions are.
it would have happened either way. Not
Yeah.
our fault.
You're right. I mean, it's not like their name is G.I. Joe. They could be the evil ones in this whole story.
I've not been invented yet, Randall.
Oh yeah.
So, are you standing discussing this in the foyer of Caduceus, or are you going to go somewhere
I
else?
think we've left the building walking down the street.
Yeah, I can invite everybody to my 133 square feet apartment, and we could chat there. Oh, sorry, square meter.
Yeah, we can do that.
Is that where you're going? You're going
Yeah.
to the loneliest place on earth?
Oh. Oh.
Wow.
The Fortress of Solitude?
The fortress of enforced solitude.
Okay, so
It's not the loneliest place on earth. I have a couple of moths in the closet. They seem to be having a jolly good time.
No.
So yeah, maybe as you're having this discussion, as you're walking through the streets, catch a taxi, and then make your way up to Randall's penthouse apartment at the top of his building.
Yeah.
So you have all got this this briefing document as well.
Yeah, we'll read it while we're sat there with a cup of tea.
Okay.
I'm going to offer everybody some sweet and sour soup. And although you don't know how the heck I have Chinese soup in my fridge, I do. And other than it being quite maybe a little watery, it is actual hot and sour soup.
Well, I'll have some of that. I love hot and sour soup.
I'm preparing my next time I need to do what I did last time. So
Foreshadowing.
yes, exactly.
Excellent.
Couple of wontons in there too.
And just to remind myself, I did give Alfie the.
You did, yeah. I don't actually have it in my journal though. I think you just showed it to me. Yeah.
Let me resolve that right now.
Yeah.
Do we get hit points back?
Hit points.
We did get them all back.
Yes, you are. Yes, you have.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So I'm
Yeah,
back
we
to
did.
full hit. Oh, I must have
Yeah.
not done it.
I think.
Everybody's
yeah.
daily sanity thing is reset and hit
Yeah.
points.
Yeah.
we've got
Oh, I did
lots
that. I
of
must have missed the hit
kills, I think.
points.
The hiss
Sorry.
points.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Wow.
Stop worshiping the father of snakes
Chilly.
with your hiss points.
Where is that now?
Still here. I'm just.
Is it? Oh no, that's not it. That's the one. Okay, let me move that over to
So, I'm are you guys getting a sense that maybe Carduceus, they aren't the good guys? I mean, again, they seem to. They, I mean, yes, they supported all this medical research, and then they seemed to be helping people there. But if that was just a ruse for something much more nefarious, less benign, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I'm interested to know what's in it for them, Randall.
Well,
What's in it for them?
Other than, being able to experiment on Tyrannuses and stuff like that. I mean, that
why?
sounds like a power
For
play.
what? Right.
I mean, if she had the power to open up a portal and get back to this big pyramid with a hole on the top of it, which is where I assume she is. I mean, imagine being able to just teleport somewhere, I mean, it's quite possible that she was able to make it halfway around the world in about 12 hours, which is unbelievable. I mean, when will humankind ever be able to do something like that?
Exactly. What do they want that kind of thing for? What's their end game?
To weaponize it, obviously. It's always what this is about. Anything like that.
Always is.
They want to weaponize it.
Why the hell are we helping them?
I mean,
Well-
they're paying it bad.
Well,
I'm
They
kind of
didn't-
doing it on a double edge here. I find that some of the things that we're finding and some of the information is historically fantastic and brilliant. But I also think that they might be using it for good or bad. But I think we need to know what's going on and make the decision at the crucial time, regardless of what they think.
I mean, they did know about lizard people. That is common knowledge to them. We know that lizard people aren't the greatest in the world, so if Caduceus is fighting the lizard people, then that's a point on their side. But then
don't trust-
if they take Tyrannuses and then conduct experiments on them, that kind of is a point against them. So
But we've only say that the lizard people are bad because they've told us.
No, they've told us that the Inner Night are bad. The Serpent people themselves, the ones that worship this father of serpents, they're supposed to be, they're indifferent to us.
Well, yeah, isolationists.
They, Now, how's Tyrannish involved in this then? She doesn't seem to be falling into either of those camps. So what's her
Not
deal?
aligned with either, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, they
we
wanted her.
potentially woke her up.
They woke her up. Well, we had to find her. They woke her up, and then they start experimenting on her.
Look,
Well-
it's obvious that they're using us. They're giving us very scant information. They're very elusive. They're using us as paid to do their dirty work.
You'll forgive me because sometimes I feel my mind is elsewhere, but she specifically mentioned that she wouldn't serve the father of snakes, who we know about because that has to do with all these lizard people and the yig and yang type of thing that's going on there. But referring to the mother of darkness,
Well, that's got to be the Inner Night, isn't it? Hasn't that's been brought up already, hasn't
I
it?
see.
So wait, so I thought Tyrannish was connected to one of them. I didn't
Well,
know.
apparently not.
What she
Apparently
was shouting,
she's
she's not aligned with either. She doesn't want to serve the father of snakes or the mother of darkness.
So you're saying we should go back to Borneo to find her and question her?
Wasn't she serpent-like herself? Just to remind.
she was,
Yes.
yeah.
Right.
I mean, I don't think any of us can. Well, we
Maybe
probably
she's
can
a
afford to
daughter
do
of
it.
the father of snakes and the mother of darkness. Maybe they got together and made.
Oh, so we're in a family feud.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, it makes a lot more sense, not gonna lie.
It's her mum and dad.
I
So,
watch Phil's face.
Yeah. Just when somebody says, "Should we go back to Borneo?" It feels like, oh no.
You're going back, Captain.
Borneo doesn't exist. What are we talking about?
There's no
Borneo's been wiped
planes.
off the map. That
There's a
bomb
plane
destroyed it.
strike.
That's where you nuked everybody. Anyway, it's Bolivia where she.
Oh, it's Bolivia. Sorry, of course it was. Yeah.
So, oh well. But yeah. So while you're discussing this, you take the time to read through this briefing document that Dr. Gonzalez gave you, and it's quite extensive. There's quite a number of pages. So it does take you a few hours to go through it. But a summary of kind of a high summary of what's in the information that's included is, so according to Caduceus research, after the collapse of the Serpent person's third empire, they began to fade into obscurity. Some of the followers of Yig have tried to coexist with humanity, though it is suspected there may be some groups who still carry some resentment for being usurped as the dominant species on the planet. Eventually, though, even those who sought a peaceful coexistence recognized that humans could easily turn against them, and though the technology of Serpent people was far in advance of that of humans, the sheer numbers of humans could easily overwhelm them. So it was that the worshippers of Yig chose to retreat into the shadows. There they sought only to survive apart from all others, though at times a significant number would band together to combat rising forces of factions of Serpent people in the service of Cthulhu. Although these forces were small in number, their technology and superior sorcerer's power could pose a significant threat to humanity, whom they feared would seek to destroy all Serpent people in retaliation if they became aware of them. Until recently, these threats were small and isolated, but over the past few years, they've become more organized and galvanized around new leaders that have risen to prominence amongst their number. This was the birth of the Inner Night. There are also references to a third party, someone who it seems highly likely to be Tyrannish. It speaks of a lone devotee of a different god, neither Yig or Cthulhu, although there is no mention of whom this god may be. But she comes from a time much earlier in the empires of the Serpent people, millennia ago, and that she was locked in an endless slumber in a hidden temple in Bolivia. Should she awaken, she would seek to complete the work of the science sorcerers of the earlier Serpent people's empire, who strove to create a coexistence between the races of the Serpent people and humanity.
Oh.
This was in a time before the religious schism split the Serpent people into factions devoted to Yig or to Cthulhu. So, studying these notes confers everybody 1 point of Cthulhu mythos and 1d6 points in the Cal.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay.
Wait, what do we do?
So I will give you. I'll put another language skill on your character sheets. But that briefing document is available in the Play Journal folder for you to look at, as is that letter that.
We're rolling a d6.
Yeah.
Up to 14 on the cal.
See.
I only rolled a 1. That's a nightmare.
What's the d6 for? Sorry, what we adding on to?
Nakal language.
Nakal language, yeah.
So I need to add a language skill onto everybody's sheet that hasn't got it.
I'll let you do mine.
No problem.
So that information means that she's not the daughter of them. So that's that theory out the window.
But she might be
a good.
Yeah.
So can we go to Bolivia then?
No, 'cause
We can't guarantee she's in Bolivia.
We don't know she's there. That would be a lot of time wasted. What's the actual date right now, Phil?
The date is the March the 30th.
Okay.
So how many points did you roll, Jake?
A point. How many point did I roll?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I don't need to adjust that. That means you
Same
got
as me,
two.
mate.
You got two.
I only got
then.
3.
The linguist got 1.
I got 3.
All right. Let's see. So that's
And are you also adjusting our Cthulhu mythos for us as well?
I can do that as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
because I don't.
I've done mine. I've
Don't do
done
mine,
mine.
Phil.
Yeah.
I've done mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same here.
I wasn't
There we go. I had to log back in.
And what did Alfie get on the Cal?
2.
2.
Yeah.
So that gives you up to 3 then. So do you need me to adjust your Cthulhu mythos, Jake?
No, sorry. Jake.
I see now. I can. By how much? Oops.
1.
1.
So yeah, you just use the padlock to unlock
Good.
and lock, and then relock your sheet.
I pressed that, but it looked a bit scary, so I locked it again.
Oh, there we go. Lock. I got you. That was it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
cool. So how many points in the Cal did Jamie get?
3. 3. It's the magic number, Phil.
3.
Yes, it is. It's the magic
So-
number.
Where's it gone?
369, 12, 15, 18. 3. It's the magic number.
4.
Don't make it. Don't go rap and not expect me to come with the next line, man.
What about Karina?
I got 4.
You got 4. Wow, that's cool. Okay, and so that's up to 5 then. Okay, I think that's everybody, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool.
So, in this briefing,
That's it. He's not. That's as far
no,
as he's
I
gonna get.
thought he was still doing something, and I didn't want to interrupt him.
No.
I thought I lost audio again.
I was on tenterhooks. I was waiting.
I thought he was doing something, so I thought, no, I've interrupted him, so I quieted down. So in this briefing, it gives us all this information. We've got to go to Oklahoma. I have time to say I want to sing.
Oh, what a beautiful morning! Yeah.
So, and find this cult stroke church of Yig or Yog.
Yig.
So, are we got to go there and just watch them and take notes, or are we got to go in and kill them?
Don't think we're gonna go in and kill them. These are the peaceful side of the Serpent people.
So that's the compassionate bit of Jamie coming out again. I
Hit
think.
me again, aye, right enough, yeah.
No.
Your character sheet member. You're compassionate.
No, I'm wondering what they want us to do.
Yeah. I think
It's
it's
like-
I think it's investigate. I think.
I think.
Yeah. So the
That's my thing. It's like we've got this briefing. It's like we just go and sit in the church and listen
I
to
mean,
the
they're
chant,
sending
or...
us. They're sending us. So there are going to be deaths inevitably. Yeah. I hope nobody got too attached to Oklahoma.
Because we're going to obliterate.
There's a reason. There's a reason why it's a dust bowl in the 30s, and we're about to find out why.
it was a green and pleasant land before
Until
you
we got there. Yeah.
No recess until we arrived, yeah.
So, as a reminder, like I said, you got so Mr. Meadham gave the actual briefing. So he said that there was a cult worshipping Yig, the father of snakes, that's come to our attention. They are situated in a small town in Oklahoma and are using the guise of a Christian church. I do not want to take a heavy-handed approach here, at least not to begin with. We need to find out the root cause of all this. I want you to find out how this backwater town has turned to worshipping this particular god. Be on the lookout for serpent people. Remember, the inner night is dangerous and can appear just like you or I.
Wow.
We
So
have
is
a
it like
fine way to
it's
test-
blatantly, openly
We
a
have a-
church of Yig? They're not like, it's not secret. They're out there. They are the Church of Yig in Oklahoma, United
So
States.
there was also you also played those radio broadcasts. So
Yeah, there was like a message underneath, wasn't there?
yeah.
Yes.
That Dr. Gonzalez used the recording equipment to isolate this other message, but it was in the Cal. But the underlying message was wondrous yield the ungodly under Yig, bestowing blessings to lie and strike. The blessings yield waiting hearts. He under who the curious lies, and him waiting of the serpent's curious mind glittering. But yeah, so these radio broadcasts have been going out on a regular basis, transmitted from a independent radio station based in Oklahoma City. But
So
the Reverend himself is located in a small town called Bingham that's about 50 miles southwest of Oklahoma City.
So they're going under the guise of Christian. Yeah, they're sending out messages like that. Do we know that those messages are coming from them, or they're like, is it being identified? It's not like on like Radio Oklahoma.
Sorry, say that again.
The messages that are coming out, where are they being broadcast to?
So they're being broadcast by a radio station in Oklahoma City.
But we don't know to who.
Over the airwaves
to Oklahoma City. It's probably local.
So you can tune into the radios. Anybody can tune into the radio station. It's a public broadcasting station.
But is it nationwide? Could we tune in?
Yeah.
Well,
Potentially.
then it's really easy. We all just have to go and say that we came to heed the call.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can say we heard the broadcast and we came to worship.
We came
We
to
can
heed the call.
infiltrate them
Teach
by-
us some to call.
Nice.
Look, I there's something else I need to mention.
Oh, what's that?
I happened upon a document that was referring to a break-in at the Meadham estate. And that's where actually is the Meadham estate, Phil?
You don't know, so you
We haven't been told, have we? Yeah.
No.
Connecticut. It's Connecticut. Break-in. It's in Connecticut, yeah. And it refers to a break-in that happened last month. At the end of last month. And it mentions something about a temple there. That I don't know. I think it's connected to this Yig. This father of snakes. I'm not sure if Caduceus has some connection to that. And I'm going to pull out that letter that I've received.
Okay.
And I'm going to place it on the coffee table in front of me. I'm assuming that Randall would have it. He seems like a civilized gent, so he's got a coffee table.
Yes, it's more of a tea foyer than a coffee table, but it serves.
Oh,
the
I
same
see.
purpose.
Okay, I take it off that because I've suddenly lost all respect for Randall.
That tea coffee hatred is real. It's
a thing. It's a thing. It's a war. It's almost like the Inner Night versus the followers of Yig.
Sons of the Father or whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
This was shoved under my door the other morning. It mentions this break-in that had occurred at Meadham's personal estate. Reading it makes me think that there's a temple to Yig at the estate.
Yeah. This guy's aligned. This guy's aligned with him, and that Caduceus are potentially aligned with it.
Oh, I don't know if any of this was common knowledge about a break-in at the Meadham estate. Maybe we need to go to the library and have a look, see if there's any old newspaper articles about that happening.
I don't trust anyone. They're just everything. Oh,
Caduceus has got their own agenda,
But if we
and they're
wanted,
not telling us what it is. I don't know why they'd need us to go and investigate this place in Oklahoma if they're all worshippers of the same deity.
That's what makes it so strange. Unless they believe, unless they think that they've got the real one and this is fake, or...
Maybe they think that the IMT have infiltrated these people at the followers of the father of serpents, this cult or whatever it is. Maybe they're trying to root them out.
if we went to this estate in Connecticut, we could potentially catch the inner night because they're going to come back because they didn't find what they were looking for.
I don't know. They said they've put a lot of guards out that way. They're obviously protecting it. The temple was damaged in some way.
What? How did this person have to have his arms amputated? It seems like a lot of people who work for Caduceus lose their arms.
That's why they're used. That's the experiments. They are weaponizing it. Look, do not attempt to use the lizard hybrids we experimented with last year. That's what Caduceus wants with it. They're weaponizing it. This hybrid lizard shit.
Well, those things that they're talking about, they were the things that we ran into outside the temple.
Oh, so they were, yeah. So
I'm assuming.
But those things outside that temple were potentially a creation of Caduceus. Because it said, oh, no, they're not a creation, that those we experimented with, right? Okay, so they've taken them back to America and you tried to use them as guard dogs, right? Okay. So Caduceus is already out there and already knows about all these things out there and is using them, weaponizing them.
I don't know, something smells bad to me.
Caduceus smells fishier and fishier.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think maybe something was taken, and they're covering up that something was taken. So we should probably keep an eye out for something that seems out of place with this preacher.
it's everything.
The line where it
Yeah.
says that we'll have to use human guards potentially says that they weren't doing, which might be why they were so nonchalant about the snake people and just told us to stay away from them.
Well, at least we know to beware if we hear baying in the area.
We have to be wary of everything.
We must be very wary of Baywatch.
It's not been invented yet, Randall.
Oh, sorry.
I'm really confused. I don't seem to trust anything right now. I don't know what's real, what's not real, what's good, what's bad, what's up, what's down.
Well, I think that's probably a smart attitude, Jamie.
Yeah.
I don't trust anybody. And just because somebody else says somebody else, they think that person's bad, we're led to believe that Tyrion was bad, and now we seem to think she's not bad, but they were doing bad things to her. And if anyone uses somebody else in order to make their life better or richer or take control, they're aren't they bad?
They may still just be using it to keep their edge over the lizard people. It sounds like the only thing that we have going for us is our numbers. It sounds like these lizard people are way more advanced than we are.
Okay, we're going to go to Oklahoma, are we? We're going to...
Oh yeah, we're going to Oklahoma.
Oh,
We're gonna
The
go
problem
see-
becomes, Randy, when these lizards start to get some humans on side. That's when it becomes a problem, because then the numbers dynamic shifts.
I believe traveling to Oklahoma involves clicking your heels together a few times.
Hey.
Shall we take a quick break
Still haven't invented yet.
before we head
Randy.
off to Oklahoma? Welcome back, everybody, and we are sitting in Randy Savage's empty apartment, eating. Well, there was about somebody
Hot and
said something
sour
didn't,
soup.
somebody said something didn't smell right about things. I think it was soup.
Probably was.
Yeah, the soup's a bit dodgy.
Sweet and sour, just like Randy. Sweet
Oh,
and
okay.
Sour soup.
I've never, I've never had that.
Something
Yeah.
smells bad. I was wondering what
I mean,
happened to your
basically,
wife,
this whole
Randall.
situation and this whole thing is we just discussed is all completely
she's
dodgy.
fine. She's just over there in the bedroom. Do you want me to call her? Oh, no, she's just having a little lie down.
Bad guy.
Randy, in this apartment of yours, has it got lots of stuffed animals and heads of animals all over the walls?
It does have a few mounted animals, but they are not well stuffed and not well maintained.
Wow. I mean, because you're not that great a shot, really. So
No, sorry, no, he's a good hunter, just not a great taxidermist.
Exactly.
Is that the brain and tail, is it?
Yeah.
What do you mean taxidermy? I just mount them on the walls. What is this taxidermy?
It's just rotting corpses pinned to the wall.
Yeah. There you go.
No.
Now,
That's what it smells.
Onto the floor now.
We suddenly realised what the smell was.
Yeah.
Uh,
This soup, Randall.
Yes, so my neighbor made it. She's a very, very, very nice lady. She's Chinese, but rather large. I haven't quite seen a large Chinese woman before, but she is quite her name is Dim. Dim, yes, Miss Dim Ayan. Dim Ayan, that's her name. She is quite kind to me.
Is that it? I was waiting for something else.
It's a very neighborly apartment building.
Okay.
I think she has a key. I'm not sure. She does seem to gain access whenever she wants. It's quite often when I'm not around, I suspect.
And how do you know?
If you're
Oh.
not there.
The soup in the fridge. Sometimes.
Oh.
She helps maintain the place as well. I mean, you see, it is rather clean and well cared for.
Do you pay her?
It has a woman's touch. No, we are just friends.
What'd you do for her?
Please don't ask that question.
Well,
Just
I tell her
friends.
stories about all my escapades. We share conversation. We play pinochle some nights together as well.
Play what?
Pinochle. Would you prefer I say we play Chinese checkers?
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yes.
right? We'll go with that instead.
That's what we call. That's what we call drafts, isn't it? Chinese chef.
We were all actually debating whether that was an actual game or just a different word for something a little bit more.
Yeah, well, I was
thought
going
it's when
down,
you- I thought it's
down
when you
that
grab
line.
somebody by their head and just rub your knuckles on the top of it.
Well, no, it's a real game. Go ahead and bing it.
Oh,
This picture Randy with this large Chinese logo.
Knock down, Kato,
Yeah.
my
So,
little yellow friend.
and that's what she gives you the soup for. Well, I'm
Give me
see,
some
now.
soup now!
Now I've got to edit that out for YouTube, haven't I?
Oh,
Oh my god,
oh dear.
that's his band.
Oh god, it's, I think if that episode of Helter Skelter got past Twitch and YouTube, then I think that will.
Yeah.
Oh my word. Anyway.
Blimey.
Yes, companionship is quite important in a city such as New York, a small city with few people.
So you go through this briefing document and now seen the letter that Alfie has received from some unknown source.
How far is this meeting in the state?
You don't know. It does.
Connecticut.
Yeah. So
Connecticut.
there's no specific
Different
address.
state.
It just says Connecticut.
Oh, where are we?
New York.
New York.
New York. State.
Unique New York.
But
My
do you think
geography's
it
not
might
good
be
enough to know where
useful
Connecticut is compared to New York.
It's not that far.
Oh, okay.
No.
No,
Just,
Is it on the-
have access to a magic portal. It's faster. Do you
Right.
think it's worthwhile to head to the Beedham estate prior to? I mean,
Look,
we are agents of Caduceus.
that's true, but I suspect that we're not meant to have seen this document. I don't know why somebody shoved it under my door.
Well, that
But then
would
again-
just go to show the organization how resourceful we are. It may give them pause to consider our value.
so, sorry, I was reading my notes. So you're saying that there's might be on the Meaden estate
Hmm
a Yig temple, or
That's what I'm reading.
so then why would he be asking us to go and check out a Yig worship?
How? I don't know. I don't know. Unless they suspect that it's been infiltrated by the Inner Night and he wants us to root out.
Why
the
would the
traitors.
Night be advertising Yig?
They wouldn't. They'll be trying to bring them down, I guess. They've been at odds for a long time. That's
So
what the
they're
briefing document was talking
advertising
about.
Yig to get Yig supporters in to kill them.
I don't know. Maybe they're trying to convert them.
To Yig,
No,
to Inner Night.
maybe.
What if they're actually like trying to find Yig? As in, like, if they're wanting us to look into this to see if they truly believe this Yig to be a real
I mean, well,
entity.
There's no gods. There's no real gods. Whatever they're worshipping isn't real. There's only one true God, and Vinny touches
No,
cross. It's
but
Yeah.
that
It's
doesn't
just-
matter.
around his neck.
What matters is that humans maintain supremacy because of the quantity of humans that there are on Earth. If
But-
now we have a cult that is going to be in league with the snakes, these Yig, then that's just going to make them more powerful. That's their way to come back. They're going to convert all of us
infiltrate
to be subservient.
and swing the numbers over as well. Once they get a certain number of us on board, the numbers swing and it's over. So they've got the technology. We've just got the numbers. They would probably only need a small section of that number to have the advantage.
Maybe we were sent to kill them after all.
We need to find out whether Meaden is a Yig porter, cultist, or whatever. Because if he is, that makes everything that he wants us to do in his benefit for Yig. It's not a non-bias. It's not like...
I mean, look, we can assume Caduceus is... They're not doing this because they are...
Yeah, but at least if we know, then we know which side he's on.
Would you be okay with that, though?
I'm not here to help Caduceus. I'm not here to help Mead. I'm here to help the greater good of humanity. And by them funding us, and we can do an investigation of the investigation. That's why I'm here.
Okay.
But we need to know which side Meaden is sitting. Because he took Tyria and she was obviously not bad, or supposedly, or he wants us to think she's not bad because he's given us that information. So that makes it all very strange. We've got to make our own investigations, our own information, not what they fed us. Everything they feed us could be what they want. It's skewed. It could be skewed. We've got to start doing our own investigations, our own note, our own opinions, not what they're telling us. They're force feeding us information. They're trying to brainwash us into thinking.
But then again, that could be this letter that I was given. That could also be them. There's this strange smell of perfume on it, right? Well, not a strange smell of perfume, but there's quite a strong smell of perfume on this letter.
Expensive perfume.
Yeah, and it's not like we've as walking through the offices, we have smelt this perfume on anybody yet, is it?
No.
No. And so there's another party, clearly.
It's only faint as well. It's not like somebody's like not like
it's like they were wearing it or whatever when they've handled it and it's the smell has come off on. I mean, does anybody recognize the scent of this particular perfume?
It
smells expensive, but
we could sniff it.
Give it a whiff.
Give us a sniff.
Ooh,
Give us a sniff of your letter.
I believe that would be
that will require a critical success on an idea roll.
I rolled credit rating to see if I was posh enough.
Just going to have a look to see if there was a smell roll.
My intelligence is high, like. Nah, not quite. It's a hard.
What do we need to roll?
An extreme, sorry, not a critical. A critical's a 1, isn't it? So an extreme success on that.
Which one's intelligence?
Wow.
Not that one. Not that one.
Oh,
I got a paper cut on my nose.
A paper cut.
Ow.
Yeah. He had a paper cut and somehow nicked an artery.
Exactly.
1d6 damage.
Oh, Jamie got an extreme success.
There we go.
Hey, Jamie.
I know my perfume,
Yeah.
apparently.
I mean, you don't have to give us the actual perfume. I'm just intrigued to know whether it's
just
like
about to
stupidly
start
expensive.
frantically Googling
Yeah.
stuff then.
It just have to tell us like how it is. It's extremely
Chanel,
expensive. It's extremely rare. Can only be bought at a
Chanel's an
particular
old one,
place.
so you could probably say it's Chanel. It's an old
Chanel
one.
#1.
Chanel's been around a long time.
Yeah. I would say, but that's that's definitely not a cheap perfume, and I would definitely recognise that again if I smelled it.
So yes, let's say so. It is one that is exclusively. You can believe it's exclusively sold by Bloomingdale's.
Ooh.
Back then, it was a small mom and pop shop, so I think we probably could find who purchased it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Vincent,
Mm-hmm.
If I were to say something in Nakal, would you be able to translate it for me?
I'd have about a 14% chance.
All right. I'm going to say these words, and you tell me what they mean in Nakal. Frank De Luca.
That sounds like an Italian man's name.
Okay, that's... See, I had a theory I was going for, but I guess
Yeah.
that confirms
Try
it.
Connecticut.
Vinny's half Italian. You're not going to pull that one on me.
No, I'm wondering, because if chief of security, I was wondering if that maybe, if there was something in that name.
You're thinking if any of these names mean something in Nakal.
Yeah.
So Vin, you've got what? You got 40% in Nakal.
14% on it.
Yeah. So there's nothing. There's no Nakal text in that in that document.
Okay. And that's the lizard people language, isn't it, Nakal?
Yeah.
I just feel like the inner night must be stopped. I feel like they're on the cusp of something that's going to cause a real problem for the human race. And it doesn't matter what side Caduceus is on, we need to stop the inner night. Whether the Caduceus are on their side or against them, it doesn't matter. What matters is the inner night.
I mean, Caduceus clearly are against them. I just wonder what their deal is, why they would be.
Do we think Caduceus is what they appear to be? If you
No.
look at it, rose-tinted glasses, like they are trying to save humanity. That's
I mean, look, no.
She said anything like that. It's always just, it's a lot of secrets and feigning.
They claim to be a philanthropic organization, don't they? I think there's no such thing as true philanthropy. I don't believe.
I think they might even be a government branch, and they're trying to weaponize the weird and wacky things of the world. Perhaps. I think that may be Caduceus's involvement in it. I think maybe that's what they do in general, is they find these weird and wacky things of the world and weaponize them. I've got a feeling they're into that, and that's how they're involved in this in the first place.
Well, you have seen evidence of they have, or at least they claim to have back-engineered and repurposed Serpent person technology.
Yeah, we've seen that firsthand.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
I think they're an arms company, to be honest.
Perhaps we should, in any case, check on travel arrangements to Oklahoma.
So Dr. Gonzalez said he would be contacting you with
I see.
Yeah, if not some secret government branch, then just a private arms company or something, I think.
How long would it take us to get Connecticut?
Connecticut.
Oklahoma.
No, Connecticut.
But the whole thing here is that
Oklahoma is in the center in the south above Texas. I know where
Oklahoma's mid, yes, like Midwest, isn't it?
Yeah, Connecticut's just up from New York. I just put a map in there.
Yeah,
Wrong direction.
Connecticut's in the next state up.
But
yeah.
close. Oklahoma's miles away.
Yeah, Oklahoma City is 325 miles away from New York.
Yeah, but like American maps are not like British maps, because we'd be going, that's just Manchester. It'll take us a couple of hours. That's not a couple of hours just to Connecticut.
It's it's train journey. It's about a 2-day train journey to
Connecticut.
To Oklahoma.
So how long would it take us to get to Connecticut?
It's not far.
Connecticut.
Next state over.
It'd be a few hours.
New York to Connecticut is
Yeah,
95
probably would depend
miles?
where
Nice.
we
About 100, it's about
Yeah.
100 miles.
Well,
Yeah, it's
guess
not
where
bad at
we're
all.
going while we wait for the next 2 days then?
are we?
Although Connecticut is a rather big place, of course.
Yeah,
Well,
we don't
we
know
could
where we're
quite-
going.
Yeah, it's the Meaden estate. That's not going to be hard to find.
It's a New York state, remember. A New York state is the size of a small country. A big New York state is the size of a big country. Texas is the size of a large country.
No, but we could find out. We could find out where he lived quite easily. His estate.
Oops.
Something big like
It's
that.
going to be a
perhaps.
sizable estate. It's going to be known. You know, even if we go to the local libraries or something, there'll be the local. We go to the library, get the Connecticut phone book or something.
Connecticut's a whole state, though.
I mean, the letter indicates that it's public record where the Meadham estate is, right?
Yeah, I think that's easy.
Oh, okay.
We'll go to the library and see if we can find. I'm going to go to the library. That's where I'm going now. I'm going to the library to see if I can quickly find the Meaden estate in the library.
Okay.
And-
Yeah, I'd like to go to the library too.
Okay. So Jamie and Alfie are heading off to New York, to the Central Library in New York. What about the rest of you?
Unless we've got anything important to do, I was going to take Randy and Karina, forget her name for a second there. I was going to take them to get something decent to eat after that. That soup, it's not really sitting well in my stomach. I was thinking about going to a proper Italian deli and getting some salami and bologna and all that on a sub.
Yeah, but and maybe after that we should, or maybe before that we should head out and supply ourselves for the trip to Oklahoma. I mean, there's probably large hats we'll need to procure, suntan lotion, other provisions that we may need on for this trip.
Stuck up on dynamite.
Yeah, I'm sure you know a guy.
Oh, I know a guy. We're in New York. I know a guy for anything right now.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, so Jamie and Alfie are heading to the library. The rest of you are hitting the
town.
city, the town. Okay.
Get to town. We'll get something to eat and then go shopping.
Okay, we'll do. Searching the library takes a few hours. So we'll do you guys first, then I guess.
Okay.
Or rather, so we'll do the what's it, Vinny and
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah. So you leave Randy's apartment and head off in different directions. So what is Randy, Karina, and Vinny doing? What are you doing?
Well, we're going for lunch together first.
You're going for lunch.
Oh yeah, we'll go for lunch first.
Okay.
But yeah, Randy's talking about supplies for a long trip, for a long train ride. So, Randy, you're the hunter, the survivalist. You know what kind of things we're going to need for a long trip better than I do. I'm a man of the city. I'm used to having everything on the next corner.
Well, I mean, obviously there's the mustache wax that I have to replenish, which is, of course, without any. But the ammunition, if we needed to repair any of our equipment, and I mean, we're not leaving civilization, so we don't have to, equip ourselves for an expedition. But we are foreseeably going undercover in Oklahoma. We may want to appear more like locals do and not like New Yorkers. We may want to have, a few, items like that. Proper clothing for the environment.
Vinny's got no idea the difference between an Oklahoman and a New York City, and no idea how you dress for Oklahoma.
Wide-brimmed black pointy hats with black shawls, and you walk around with the brooms.
I'll stick to my designer Italian suit, thanks, Randy. If I stick out, I stick out. I do anyway, look at me. Flexes his 95 appearance in this Italian suit.
Rightio. So you to say you're going for something to eat first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? And where are you going to eat? Is it somewhere that Vinny knows, or are you going somewhere?
Yeah,
I
so
take
it's
it to my Hell's
Italian.
Kitchen. I take it to my Hell's Kitchen, and we go to a
Sounds
local
lovely.
Italian place, where like the woman in the kitchen doesn't even speak English. This little woman, she's about 97 years old, and it's the best meatball salami sub you'll ever have in your life. It's called Nonna's. They call her Nonna.
Okay. Okay, so you get yourself a table. Maybe Vinny gets you probably one of the better tables in the restaurant. Probably, I imagine it's quite a small place. Is it family?
I've no idea if Nonna means grandmother in Italian. If it does, lucky guess.
So I guess it's quite a small place, is it?
Really tiny, but really busy because it's really good. It's on a busy corner. It's like on the corner of Hell's Kitchen and the next borough over. So it's not like deep in Hell's Kitchen. It's not manky territory. People from the other boroughs can come and eat there without feeling too threatened. So it's very busy. It's one of those places that got really popular with the city folks. And the family's really rich. But they don't expand. They just keep their little place. They could be loaded. It could be like a massive place. They could get a much bigger place and serve 100 people at a time, but they don't. They serve 12 people at a time in their little tiny place, but they just do great. So
are you discussing anything while you're there, or you just stopping there, just calling off there for a little something to eat, or?
Well, I'm discussing ideas of things that we might need at Oklahoma and how we should act. And
well, yeah, we're safe to talk here. It's an Italian neighborhood. Like, yeah, you can talk here. The people here know me. They're my people. Anything I say here doesn't go outside of this place. We're good.
How much do we know of Vinny's background? Like, what type of background would we know him as?
Vinny? He is quite clearly a mobster. Or, like, is in with or a part of a mob family. He's Italian-American. He's half Irish-American, half Italian-American. He's quite obviously got mob ties of some sort. Like, he's in a family, or he has ties to one of the families. He's a gangster. Where his life in the city in New York has been a gangster, and yeah, I don't know how forward he is about that, but it's kind of obvious. You would see that when he's in his home environment and the way he talks to people and the handshakes he gives to these older guys in Italian suits and stuff. It becomes apparent, I guess.
Okay.
As far as background, he told you all he's an actor. He's clearly just a con man.
Yeah, an actor that's carries many wallets.
An actor that carries lots of wallets.
So it's going to be low rank. I mean, he's not even going to be. He's going to be like outside the like ranks of mafia communities. So he's not even going to be a like class an associate. He'll be
not an active soldier. He's just like. He's in one of the families. He is a family member, not an active soldier in the actual mob.
Okay.
But yeah, connected. Like his brothers and his cousins.
Yeah,
or whatever.
got ties.
Yeah,
either voluntarily or otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, I think at some point having a nice chat, having a nice meal, there's a possibility that I would actually ask his advice. On just how I will describe how my necklace came back. Obviously, telling the full story that my hotel got broken into, it got stolen, and then it came back, and the state it came back in with the note because it had blood.
No, it's on the note. There was like a smudge that looked like blood.
The thing is, the mob wouldn't do that. That smudge of blood's Well, is she telling me about it or showing me the letter?
No, I'd just be telling you. I wouldn't be carrying it around.
Right, okay. So he would be asking you, did it look like a deliberate smudge? Because the mob doesn't do that. Far more subtle than that. And if it's an accident, the mob's not that clumsy as well when they leave a message. The mob's immaculate. It's not. I don't think that's mob. I don't think that's mob tied. That no.
Well,
although it's the kind. It seems the kind of style. It's too sloppy.
That's what I would have thought.
They did use Gatling guns in this era.
That was more for that's dramatic effect.
What about horses' heads? Don't they have a habit of turning up in beds and things?
Fango, this is just stories. This is
okay.
Yeah, this is just stories that you read in the books. Yeah, this is Pulp Fiction.
But yeah, it's just because I thought it seems a very strange situation, and obviously I'm not from this area at all, so not many people even know who I am here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you for having suspicions about the mob, and yeah, of course they know who you are. They know who everyone is in this city, but I don't think it's too sloppy. I don't think it's. I think there's someone. It was something that Alfie said later. There's this third party that's on the outside that is truly neutral or truly good, I believe, and that's who's trying to help us. Whether Caduceus is good or bad, and the Sons of Yig are good or bad, or are a threat or not, I'm not sure. But I think there is one person on the outside who does know the truth, and that's who's helping us.
But
And that's
Vincent,
who your notes
surely,
come
if this person wanted to help us, they would, and they would identify themselves, and they would explain themselves. I mean, we're rational people. This is too mysterious.
Maybe they're a person who's a public figure who can't reveal themselves.
Yeah, I mean, we don't actually know if we're not being followed and monitored by Caduceus, especially not after recent events.
When we're in Hell's Kitchen, I'll be able to tell you if we've been followed by someone, because I'll find out if someone's following us when we're in this part of New York. But the rest of the world, I can't guarantee the same thing.
Yeah.
That's
they could be following us and watching us right now, but I would find out if they were in this part of the city. I can do that. Might be a good idea, actually. Let me send a message to my cousin Paulie. So he's going to nip round the back of the kitchen and speak to one of Nonna's great grandsons and have a little word in his ear and slip a little $100 this way or $50 this way or whatever, and see if he can get somebody.
Probably about 5 or 10.
Yeah. We're in the one, aren't we? Yeah, he slips him $10 and just says a wee find out if we're being followed, if anybody is watching me and my friends. Yeah. They send some Italian guy who knows some guy who knows some guy who knows some guy who'll be able to tell if we're being.
Yeah. So they'll keep an ear to the street. See if there's.
Hope I'm not taking liberties too much with that narrative.
Oh no.
I like it.
Okay. So you go. So from there, you're going on and you're going and buying supplies. Is that the plan?
I'm going buying a new outfit. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, well, new outfit. So you're basically all going shopping after you've eaten, are you? Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
When he spent weeks out in the smelly jungle, he is
shopping episode. Make a note of this because you'll probably want to fast forward.
Well, I'm going to be buying
something
shoes.
To make us look inconspicuous there. Maybe, some, black cape and one of those long cigarette holders that extend out.
Perhaps one of those little eye masks as well.
Blend in.
Yeah.
Yes.
And a cane.
Top hat.
Exactly, the cane.
The hooded claw.
I'll buy 10 new pairs of snakeskin shoes.
Okay, well, so I'll leave you 3 I'll leave you three to it then. Like, yeah, perusing the high streets of New York, doing your little bit of shopping for whatever it is. Some new clothes, some accoutrements, and some supplies for your upcoming trip to the Dust Bowl. So meanwhile, Jamie and Alfie, you can give us a library use roll.
Ooh.
So it's going to be.
Oh, you're having a giraffe.
This could be a waste, couldn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Nice.
So it takes some time, but you are able to stop. Leave my chair alone. Get off. Sorry.
I was playing footsie with you under the desk.
One of your prisoners try to escape, Phil.
So the Joshua Medium's country estate is located in New Canaan, Connecticut. So it's quite the location of it isn't kept secret. I think it's quite it's public knowledge. It took a bit of digging to find it, perhaps, but it's not. It's just quite general public knowledge. And the estate covers about 40 acres of private grounds, most of which appears to be woodland. You do find some news stories that mention the use of private security.
Okay.
At the estate.
Like a firm, is this? A security
Possibly, yeah.
firm? Yeah. So
No mention of who, or if it's like sort of in-house from the that's part of Caduceus, or if it's an external.
Okay. Right. Yeah. So the other thing I'd have been interested in was whether this break-in had actually made the news at all.
Nothing.
There's nothing about that at all. So they've covered that up. They don't want anybody to know about that.
So you don't find any stories. There's like I said, the closest thing to a story is a brief mention somewhere about the possibly in like some not celebrity papers, but these that mentions that the estate uses in-house private security.
Does it mention anything like he's married, family? Society papers or anything?
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm trying to think of, society papers. So he was married and did have a daughter, but they both died.
It didn't come through then, Ange.
How?
How did they die?
They died of natural. So his wife died of natural causes. His daughter died of Spanish flu.
Oh. I want to dig around. That's going to sound wrong. The land that the estate is on. Is there any historical or cultural significance to the land that the estate is on?
No.
Or no, nothing like that.
No.
Okay.
I might have.
It's not like an old. It's not like an old building either. It's not. It's not particularly old. It was built by Joshua. Joshua Medium, so it's not. Yeah. It's less than 100 years old.
Trying to figure out was whether or not they'd built the temple there, or whether it was already there and they built the house around it.
But no, there's no
mention of any indigenous peoples.
No,
it's not had any significance, like any religious aspect to the land.
No, there's no historical significance to.
Okay. Right.
While I'm in the library, I will also go and do not an in-depth, but I want to just basically look at folklore, ancient history on, if there's anything like, folklore to do with serpent people. Like, just because these things don't happen without kind of some kind of, even if it's
Legends
folklore
or something, right?
legend.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one. Right, we give us another. You'll have to give us another library use roll. I will require a hard success though, because you've spent you've very little time left till the library closes, and that's been. Ow!
Oh, sorry.
Is that library use? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard success.
Yeah. So no.
No way.
Oh my god. Yeah, well, we can. We'll not do anything like that. So yeah, you exhaust what little time you've got left at the library.
Bugger.
You rolled a fumble, actually, paper cut.
Yeah.
No, he pulls the book off the shelf and the shelves all fall over.
Yeah. Set fire to the book. Set fire to the library. The new library burns down.
Well, god damn it!
Not again.
Oh, okay. I'll say to Buffy. Well, I think we're heading back to Randy, so I'm gonna pop by. Have I got an apartment in New York?
I would imagine everybody's got somewhere that they're living or stay, at least temporarily.
I'm gonna go and get my Oklahoma gear.
Okay.
I have well, it's like basically when I go out on digs, stuff like that. So,
have you got a hat with corks?
I have a hat, and
it's got dangly corks. Come on.
Oh, that'd be Australia, wouldn't it?
That's Australia.
Yeah,
I have my hat.
Let's bring it
You've all seen the hat. The hat will come out again when we get to Oklahoma.
Yeah, I've got corks on it. I remember.
Those pigs and ducks and geese. Right.
Oklahoma.
Okay, so shall we say that you go about your business, you gather your supplies or replacement clothes and whatever else it is before returning to your own domiciles, wherever they may be.
I'd like to buy a submachine gun, Tommy gun.
That would require access to the black market.
Ah, that's what he meant by
I thought we were meeting back at Randy's because then obviously
the meatball and bologna sub.
I'm going to head back to
Machine gun.
Randy's so we can have a meeting about going to Meaden's estate before we go to Oklahoma.
Is that what everybody planned to do? To reconvene at Randy's?
I mean, it makes sense. We just all left otherwise. We're like,
but we still don't know when we're going to get our travel plans.
No, I remember the soup again, and then I remember it, and I get a carry out and a takeaway, and I'll get a couple of subs for Alfie and Jamie. Okay,
so you get like I say, you go and do your bit of shopping, and then reconvene at that early that evening. So it's about 6 o'clock. After 6 o'clock that evening, we reconvene at Randall's apartments. I'm just going to let this cat out of the room before it shreds my legs. So you've all reconvened at Randall's luxury apartment.
This is a fine sandwich, Vinny.
Best in Hell's Kitchen, mate. Best in Hell's Kitchen.
And some coffee to boot.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Right. So,
just out of thin air.
We didn't find out too much. We have the location of Meadham's estate.
But again, are we like, while we're in Connecticut, who's to say we won't get our travel plans for Oklahoma during that time?
We'll let them know. We'll send them a message and say we're out of town for 2 days.
Yeah.
that's okay. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Couple hours
we have
in
a
the
time
train.
Just don't tell them where we're going.
Correct.
We tell them we're back in 2
Well,
days, and then
If
they
they,
can.
don't
they can
already know where we're going, I will have lost all respect for that organization.
I just think it would give us a little bit more of a clearer picture of which way they.
I mean, we're not going to be able to get into the estate.
No.
It's a woodland.
Well,
They
we know
can't-
they're
they-
doubling their guards, though, so we're going to have to be very careful.
You don't think we should go?
I definitely think we should go.
7. I've only just read that they got 7 floors minimum of the medium building.
Oh, there's a
No,
lot
that's
more.
That's the building.
The
not
actual
estate.
building we were, yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
7th floor.
I got
That's the
really
New York
confused.
building.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 18 and 19 floors
Yeah,
of medium
no, it's-
building.
Wait, 7th floor, is that where we were?
We
Yeah,
were on the
but
7th.
yeah.
I think we went to the 8th in the end, didn't we? I think we'd done the 7th and the 8th floor or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, I think it was the 8th floor, yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Well, we can go after we've been to Oklahoma. I just.
no, I think you're right. I think we should go and take a look before it's too late.
They may have missed something. According to that document, something doesn't seem right. Either something was taken or something was done. I can't believe that nothing was done.
Well, I mean, the temple was desecrated, apparently, wasn't it? So it says.
Mystery is who
Just,
sent you that letter and why they sent you that letter.
Is it a test, do you think?
It's the same person that sent Karina her letter.
Is it?
Really think?
Mm-hmm.
Have you got them so can we compare them?
Do you smell the
no,
same?
but
perfume?
There was no letter, was there, with Karina's?
No, there was
Thing.
the
It was just
handwritten
a-
note, but it was.
Oh, there
like,
was.
It was.
Did it smell faintly of perfume?
It
Did
did not.
both smell? Oh.
No.
No, and it was the handwriting wasn't very good, but it was kind of deliberate, as if somebody had to like
Use the left hand rather than the right hand.
Aye.
No.
No, more a case of that. Perhaps they're not used to an English
Writing.
alphabet. Maybe.
Yeah, not very good. Not very good at writing. Not very literate
Okay.
or something.
By a
Okay.
scaled hand.
Yes.
Serpent hands. Actually, serpents don't have hands.
With 3 fingers.
These
instead
ones do.
of... What if who would have shoved this note? I mean, this is obviously from a file of some kind or a letter that was sent by the head of security to somebody. Why would they put it under my door? Why did they want us to know about this?
How did they know that we're working with Cthulhu?
Somebody knows that we're working for Caduceus, but someone knows that Caduceus isn't telling us everything. Someone's giving us extra information. Someone's on our side. Caduceus isn't. Caduceus, they're on their own side. But someone sees the good part of what Caduceus is trying to do from the outside, and they're trying to help us be on that path.
No,
I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but that's how it feels for me. Like,
you're
I think I
onto
get you.
something, Vincent. What it is there's probably a spy in Caduceus, and this person doesn't know who it is, and is trying to get us to find out and to warn us about it. We are the outsiders. We are the ones who's going to find out who is feeding the enemy.
I mean, surely the fact that we've received this letter, Randall, means that the spy is whoever shoved this is under my door.
No, not necessarily.
no.
Oh, you think that this is a plan by somebody inside Caduceus to get us to root out the trade? I don't know. That's
I think that this was sent to us as a message that somebody inside Caduceus may be involved in this. They can't.
Yeah, somebody's in Caduceus, somebody high up in Caduceus is actually on side with the Inner Knight. Is that what you mean, Randy?
Oh, I'm
be.
very confused.
No, I suspect that.
It
I-
could be.
I'm gonna write all these ideas down.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I think
That was good. I'll use that.
as far as we can tell, there was nothing significant about the ground that the estate is built on. So that
Except
means that they must
the
have
temple.
constructed the temple. No. well, maybe the temple was there first, but could it be that they constructed the temple at the estate themselves?
No,
Nothing
they
secret
said
to
they
humans
couldn't
here
move the
before.
temple. So if they couldn't
They
move
couldn't.
the temple, it means that the temple is tied to that place for some reason. Either it was there before, either it has some sort of entrance to some other underground complex that is unknown about. But I think if they had built the temple there, they could have moved it. I think that the fact that they said they couldn't move it indicates
good
that
point.
it was built there.
I think this estate's built round the temple.
Okay, I've got the train times for the overnight to Connecticut
Where did you get those from, Jamie?
from the library.
Well,
There's always a train timetable stand at the library, along with like tourist information in libraries. So yes,
That's right, actually.
Phil's eyes are narrowing.
Angie's rules.
He's like, I can't remember what's going on, actually. Which one of them's right? If any.
And I've took the liberty of writing a note to send to Caduceus that we'll be away for 48 hours.
Oh, they know where we are at all times. You don't need to.
And the
Well, they
train
better
will
not.
take us. We'll get into Connecticut by morning. If we get the train in the next hour, I must. Yeah, going with this.
Well, we'd better get a move on then, hadn't we?
Yep. Get to the train station. Miss the overnighter.
I didn't buy proper clothes for Connecticut. Does anybody know the weather there?
Slightly colder than here.
It
It's
will
just
be
up
pretty
north
much
a
what
bit.
it is here, which
Yeah.
is currently scattered clouds, but mostly clear today.
Oh, that
Ooh.
sounds beautiful.
And it's
About-
spring, isn't it?
Oh, it's not a tropical temperature. Hold a minute, after let's say that's down to tropical temperature. We're in temperate. I'll have to redo that then. That can't be right.
Now it's raining.
Oh, no, that's it. Torrential rain.
I have an umbrella. But it's fine. We've got a train in an hour. Get yourselves ready. If Phil allows us to have a train in an hour.
I will allow you to have a train. So I am going to. So
Kill you
okay.
all.
Yeah, because it's like, I was not planning this evening for you to go to Connecticut.
How many?
She's
extra
all the
points do you
Oklahoma
get?
maps to one
Yeah.
side.
I mean, this is good with that whole. And we'll carry
you
this on next week.
Well, the question is, do we get to roll a 1d10 for all the training we're doing?
Oh. Oh.
Wow.
Ba-da-la-da-da-da,
I love a good train mystery.
So you catch a late train. Maybe it's 7. It's 10 to 7 now. So a late train, maybe about 8 o'clock. It's about a 2-hour journey to
Ooh.
Connecticut.
Oh, we'll get there. I was thinking it was an overnighter. Cool.
No, it's
Get
it's
my
like
train.
it's just under 100 miles. So it's just about 2 hours, just over 2 hours on the train. So you get into, we'll say you get into the main station at Connecticut about 10:30 that evening.
I slept on the train.
So what were you planning to do? Are you going to you could, the location of it, so you could get a taxi straight out there, or are you going to
I think yes. I
No,
think
Vinny's
at
going to
night-
hotwire a car.
Oh,
You got it all worked out, haven't you?
Am I?
I don't know.
I mean,
if
I
they have
can,
keys.
but-
It's
Yeah.
just like you crank.
No, you
on
can't
one
risk
side.
taking I'm like, you can't risk taking a taxi because if someone's following us, they'll just speak to the taxi driver, they'll pay him off and he'll tell them where these took us or whatever. So if you hotwire a car, nobody will know apart from us where we're going.
I don't think cars have wires in 1931.
Well, we'll just nick it, crank it
Where are we staying tonight?
in the car.
Well, I don't
I
think
suggest
they-
you hotwire a big car, Vinny.
I would.
We're stealing a car and we're using it as our home for the night. Really?
I
This is
know.
not the most professional operation we've been on.
I thought we're breaking in now. Because it is nighttime.
Yeah, that's what so we need to get there as
We
quick
don't
as
need
possible.
to stay anywhere yet.
Yeah.
I mean, we
But
might be
wouldn't it
staying
be-
in a temple
Yeah.
tonight.
I mean, we
Wouldn't it
might
be
be
id-
staying in a cell. Who knows?
I don't want that option, but I'm just thinking, wouldn't it be ideal to maybe gain somewhere for a night closest to the house? And then maybe we could walk, or, you know, if you don't want to get a taxi, we could get a taxi to where we are staying.
No, because if we go close to the estate and we're followed and they pay him off, they'll know that we're gone towards Meaden's estate. It's
And
just
if we're
pinch a
being
car.
followed, stealing a car would not get them to
Pinch a
follow us either.
car.
It's an
Vinny is
estate. Nothing is close to an estate. It's
But Vinny's a criminal,
Yeah.
so he can drive the car, pinch a car, drive the car, and he'll know if we're being followed.
Excuse me.
sorry. I was told he was
He's
an actor.
Criminals get caught. Criminals get
Yeah.
caught. Vinny is
Yeah.
a con man.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he's streetwise. He'll know we're being followed.
I'm pretty sure Caduceus is following us the whole time.
Well, let's
Everywhere
jump
we go.
that car over there. That looks like a good one.
Do you want me to steal that car?
Can we, so what are we doing?
I'm stealing a car, apparently.
What, after we get to when we get to our destination, what are we doing?
We're going to break into the estate and go and investigate it.
But the estate has increased security and potentially
It's a
guard
big
dogs.
estate. Unless they got lots of men holding hands around the estate, there would be an opportunity to get over the fence and into the estate.
And at least there's no lizard dogs guarding it.
Just normal dogs.
Oh, yeah, that's,
You can. There's a dog. You've got a gun. You know, get a tranquilizer gun. Make
Say
them
hello to
sleep.
my little friend. I'll show you my new gun.
Tranquilizer.
Oh my god, where am I meant to get a tranquilizer gun at this time of night?
What are you talking about? What?
Can tell how the quality of the expedition has gone downhill.
What's the point of a tranquilizer
Yeah,
gun?
this is why we have Caduceus arrange all our expeditions for us.
I mean, really, can you imagine mounting an animal on the wall that's going to wake up later? I mean, ridiculous.
Oh dear me.
Look, it's an idea. I didn't say it was a good idea. Have you got any better ideas?
I say we
I made my
steal
suggestion.
5 bicycles, bike to the place, infiltrate, find out exactly how the temple
Bicycles.
was desecrated.
If we get chased off the estate, we're going to jump up on our
go-
bicycles.
go,
Our
yes, my bicycle.
Bicycles don't make
Go
noise.
faster, they're chasing us in their car.
A petrol vehicle makes noise. Bicycles
How-
are quiet.
How far away are we from the estate right now? Have we literally just got off the train and we're having this discussion on the guessing
you're
at the train station?
I'm
yeah,
at
you-
the I'm at the-
You're probably about a half an hour away from the estate by car.
Yeah, we're nicking a car.
Okay, car.
So that'd be
Well,
what,
Or we
miles
can go to the
walk?
library and get the train schedule. To
10:30 at night.
We'll break into the library. to get the train timetable.
We don't want to steal a car. That would be immoral. Let's just break into the library.
I'm
and get the train
gonna.
schedule.
So Alfie, I think I'll let you have an idea roll as well. And
Oh my god! Thank God. Yeah.
I was gonna say, like,
he was
would
doing pretty
we
good
have,
with the
like,
ideas.
buses back then? I
They're
don't
all
know.
sitting here like this, going, "Oh
I
God,
feel
it's
trying to
alien
impart
again,
so much
it's alien
needed
again."
wisdom on
I
us.
mean, it's a shame that you chose. Did you
Nothing.
choose me because I've got the lowest intelligence? Is that what it was?
Oh dear! Wow.
That'll be a no.
Yeah, well, okay.
Yeah. I mean, fuck it. I'm going to spend luck.
Okay.
No, push it.
It can't. Oh, I could push it out.
Yeah, but then something bad will happen.
I'll give myself a migraine or something.
It's a passive roll, so I'm not going to allow a push.
It's a passive roll.
Okay.
I was just thinking that.
It's
No.
just, you have a brainwave.
Actually, we didn't do
We
a
didn't
look.
refresh look, so we
We
can
didn't.
just do that. We can just.
Shall we do that first?
Oh, let's go for that.
Yeah.
There we go. We can refresh
Cover
look.
look.
Recover luck
point.
points.
Oh,
Oh shit! I'm going to spend more than I've just gained.
So has somebody done that? So turn that back off again.
Are we getting development phase? No.
No.
Miserable bastard.
Right.
My
Okay.
Luke's got up to 50.
I'm up to
Oh.
33.
Hang on, okay. So
A third time.
possibly the thing that's most intriguing about the letter is the mention that, as well as the incident of the estate, which of course is might be important and of relevance, but also that it mentions any artifacts or religious texts should be removed to the storeroom of the 7th floor of the Meadham building, and any scientific materials and specimens should be secured in the laboratory, the lower basement.
Laboratory.
Tell us that now after a 2-hour train ride.
It was there.
All just hinting that we should read.
I have an idea. I say we go back to the Caduceus building in New York.
All sensitive documents should be kept in Mr. Meadham's personal safe.
Now, I mean, I know what you're saying. It looks like we've wasted our time by coming out here to do this, right? But I don't really fancy trying to break into Mr. Meadham's safe when he's got that 300-pound gorilla guarding it.
You mean Collins? He's a pussycat.
I can take Collins.
I know there was a guy called Canning.
Canning, yeah, it's Canning, not Collins.
Canning.
Yeah.
Whoever
Mate, I
Collins is, I
remember
can
the
take him
name.
too.
Can we just... I remember the name.
It was a lucky guess, wasn't it?
So,
That cannon, I'm not so sure.
so are you attempting to steal a car, Vinny, to drive to the
Still would think we should go and have a look.
The lady wants a car, the lady gets a car, yeah.
Oh, why do I have visions of last Tuesday?
No spoilers. Am I stealing a car? That's fine.
So you can first. I want a luck roll from you, Vinny, to find a car that's a suitable target. Okay.
Oh, we made it. Look at that.
Forget about
So
it.
now,
Don't people walk faster than cars like drove back then, anyways?
No, they go like 25 minutes.
Waving flags, didn't they?
okay. So, are we getting into the car?
Are we in through the door?
Through the door, aye.
Like sensible people. We don't want to attract attention by climbing in through the roof.
So how are you opening the door? Are you going to try and pick the lock? Are you going to just smash the
What was
window?
it 1930s
They
even
had
have locks?
handles.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. How good is locking it? I'm thinking.
I mean, we don't even have to open
really
the door.
hard. It's going to
have window. We could just climb in over the door, can't we?
I'm going to
cars in
be if cars
1930
in
had
the
wooden
1930s
frames.
have blocks.
They had wooden
But the
frames.
car's
It's like
big
a
enough.
door lock. You hit it hard enough in the little.
They haven't got windows in the side. We're just.
So you're going to break. So you're going to force it then.
It's
have
one, no,
windows.
it's one of those cars that's got the top down. So we're just
You're
going
going to have an alarm.
fire it off and wheel spin off.
Okay, fair enough. Go on then.
Wheel spin off.
So let's say it's
Make a quick getaway
Let's
by
say it's a-
cranking the engine
Let's say it's a
as
soft
fast
top
as we
then.
can.
Oh,
All right.
we'll have an ignition. We'll have an ignition.
Yeah.
There, so.
Will it be enough? Will it have enough room for all 5 of us?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's
I
why-
mean, big
that's-
cars back then.
We have
That's what the
laps.
look roll. That's what the look roll was for, to find a suitable car.
Ah.
Yeah, I could sit up front with Vinny.
I found one.
And I said I was stealing a car. I never said I was driving. Remember what happened last time I drove us anywhere?
There was a big explosion that was not it didn't exactly help. You're driving. Let's
Well,
face it.
we all know that
I'm not
Alfie
driving.
can't
I'll
drive.
steal
He's
a
sober.
car.
Okay, so
Jamie can't drive. She's got one hand. It's Randy or Karina.
Yeah.
And none of us can drive anymore. We'll all get PTSD the moment we get behind the wheel.
Yeah, I'm not getting
Yeah,
behind the car anymore.
driving. Drive or
Last time I did that, I
check.
killed us all.
I can drive. if somebody gets it working.
Yes. So, to hotwire a car will require a mechanical repair role.
Oh, I
I've
want
got
that
24
car.
in that.
I will assist.
Who's got any skill in that?
I
24.
do. I will help Jamie.
Nobody has mechanical repair. No one.
I have 24 in
do.
mechanical repair.
The
When I
definitely
was on a
pre-gens.
farm, I had to
Definitely
mend the
pre-gens.
tractors. Why did I used to grow up on a farm? I can't remember saying that.
I don't know if you actually said that, or that's just something
No,
that Randall decided
Yeah,
that
I
you did.
decided I lived on a farm. I don't know where that's come from.
well, because you shoot so well, so the farm.
That
You
was it,
assumed
yeah.
I lived on a farm.
No, the
Yeah.
FBI farm.
So here you are, at the side of the car, at the side of this car, with a soft top that you've sliced open and arguing about whether Jamie lived on a farm or not.
E-I-E-I-O.
I've eaten olives and salami out of a little bag in my pocket.
Jamie Moore had a farm.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Right, okay.
Yes, then.
So,
Nice.
She can't read and she can't write, but she can drive a tractor.
You got skills, man.
so you hotwire the car
Yeah.
and you
Owns
set
that
off,
car.
drive from, away from the city of Connecticut or whatever the city of.
Big city.
Yes, away from there to
Did anybody
the
check the license plate of that car? It says Caduceus.
to the medium estate. So there's a public road that runs past the front of the medium estate.
This was a waste of time, wasn't it?
And it's so the estate is surrounded by about a tall fence, about 15 feet high, topped with barbed wire. There's like a heavy metal, heavy wrought iron gate on the front of the property, and you can see at least two security guards.
Oh, so there's not a ring of men holding hands all the way around the property,
No.
like Jamie said. Okay.
How are they armed?
Well, unless you're going to get out, park up the car and go and have a look at them, you can't tell.
We're going to drive by and just to check them out and then go and park the car hidden.
I think that
Yeah.
would be very suspicious if we did.
Yeah.
Drove by him. Well, I don't know what criminals do. Vincent, what do you do?
Yeah.
Well, you've drove up to the thing, so you're just stopping in front
Oh,
of
we
it.
did? Oh my god.
Just control yourself, Vinny. I know we're driving by.
Oh, I know. We could stop and tell them we had some car trouble and we need to use their phone. Apparently somebody slashed a big hole in our roof.
And now our car won't go.
We need to call AAA.
Yeah, because it looks like rain.
Torrential rain.
And there's just inside the gate as well. You can see there's like a gatehouse or a guardhouse or something just located inside. You can see lights. There's lights on in the inside.
Guys, and I'm gonna whisper. We could tell them we're from Caduceus. We're here to pick up the artifacts and the documents to bring back to New York.
The letter said they'd been moved.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they've got to remember the break-in happened about a month ago.
A month ago, yeah.
We're
So
here to bring
so-
back the documents and the artifacts.
Yeah.
It was a slow manner.
They were left behind.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Oh, why do we do this? Why do we always do this?
We went on a train of thought, and
I
now
know,
we can
right? Why?
brick wall.
You didn't read the letter properly.
Back to the plan. We park the car in a shrubbery somewhere close by, a very
Yeah.
nice one, and we walk on foot,
Oi.
and we try to infiltrate the estate on foot.
Nah. I mean, that's a good idea.
Just storming the castle, are we? Okay, I get my Tommy gun out. Let's go. Sounds like a plan, Randy.
I just can't believe this is happening. Mechanic films. It was just like, oh my god, he's dating this right now.
Don't give us any extra information or any other places to go. Like, you should know this by now.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, why did you give me the letter, Phil? Why?
Me and Jake are just
Why?
I don't know. I thought people might read it.
we did. We just read everything out of order and not in any
just
context.
read the bits that we liked. Yeah. There was the boring bits. We skipped those.
Well, hang on. It's not like we're veteran RPG players or anything.
Okay, so what are you doing?
I feel like we've done this before, eh?
What are we doing?
We're here, so let's go take a look at the desecrated temple.
Yeah. You see, I want to know if that temple was here already or whether.
Yeah, so there was a reason for being here.
I think the estate's built around the temple.
So how would you actually know though? Like, just like genuinely, how?
Because I'll tell you how I know. Because we've got an archaeologist here that can tell us whether it's old or not.
Well, that's me, isn't it?
Yes, that's
So the car, you can't just drive. This is the conversation is happening as you just continue to drive past. Yeah.
And we also have an actor who can tell us
how to act in front. Anyway, we got
archaeologists.
We got an archaeologist. What we got to do?
No, we could park the car, walk back, and then knock the guys out. Whack them on the head, knock them out, and shove them in the edge, and then we can just walk through down the path.
They're on the inside of the gate.
Oh, I didn't hear there was a gate.
Yeah. I mean, he said it was a big wrought iron gate. He did mention.
I missed those words.
No, I know.
There's a big 15-foot high fence surrounding
Stop
the
making it difficult.
What we need to do is we need to
There's just some security
on the side. We take out the binoculars, which I clearly said I was preparing. We watch for as the patrols go by, what's the frequency they go by and time it, such that we then infiltrate between the time that the random patrols or orderly scheduled patrols go by.
That's right.
Then we find a way to enter the estate through an open window that has this very thick drapery on it, and we head straight for the temple, which is going to be probably at the epicenter of it, because that's what they built it around, because they're building it around to protect it, and that's it.
Brilliant. Jamie, you went and got your Oklahoma clothes. Did you bring your traditional? No, your Connecticut clothes, didn't you? Did you bring your traditional Connecticut wire cutters?
I have a really good idea. I am going to, me or Karina.
I'll be back in a bit.
I think they had wooden fences.
Back then,
I've got a really good idea. I think like one of us goes, one of the ladies goes 1930s, go rushing up to the gate. We'll dishevel ourselves and go, I'm being chased. And as they open the gate, the men come in and bop them on the head, knock them out, and then we don't have to worry about it.
This sounds like a really good plan. Just one flaw. We can't be too loud because that will alert other people.
No, because I'm just going to be on my own. Or you can do it, Karina. You're prettier than me. Dishevel your hair. I'll go up and rough her hair up. Rip it.
You will literally get battered away, like almost shoved.
I don't know. I think Vincent and Karina pretend that they're married, and Karina's in labor, and they had to go to the house to get a doctor in order to help. They need blankets, hot water, and towels.
I had thought about the pregnant lady routine as well, actually, Jake. It's funny you say that. I had thought about that one too.
Does any of me look pregnant? Like,
no. That's
I'm a master of disguise, and I have a disguise kit.
Actually, Karina's a master of disguise.
Yeah, just nobody's ever seen that yet. I'm offended that you're insinuating that I look pregnant.
Stick a pillow
up your blouse. No, let's do the dishevelled lady. Who's going to do it, me or you?
Yeah, but who's one chasing, so it looks actually real that you're chasing.
No,
No one, because that's how you
No
accidentally
one.
get shot.
That's it. Because I'm going to say they're chasing me, and they'll open the gates to help me. The woman in distress, and then as they come out, we can bonk them on the head.
You do realise also, if you do go up doing that, saying that you're being chased, there's also a possibility that they might actually get their guns out.
But too late, we'll bonk them on the head, and then we'll use their gun to get into the place.
It's as good an idea as any. I mean,
The gate's open, and we get in.
I still would like them not to know that people were there. I'd like to try to do like in and out stealth.
So you want
So
me
they
to-
don't even know what happened.
Are we shimmying over the fence then? You want a leg up?
It's all barbed wire. We can't climb the fence.
Oh, we're
Has
going to have to go
barbed
through the gate, though.
They had barbed wire back? Yeah, of course. World
Phil
War
hates
every
us
day.
right now.
Okay. I mean, we can walk around it's a wooded area, right? We can walk around the estate. We can walk around the estate and see if there are any trees with branches that are overhanging over the
Bloody
fence.
enormous estate.
So
Well,
with this,
I'm glad you brought your bloody walking shoes then, Jamie.
We start a fire in the garden.
We'll look for a tree with an overhanging branch that we can drop down into the estate, maybe. How about that?
Oh, look, it looks like somebody put a note in my pocket. I'm not sure who it was. I unfold it. What does it say, oh keeper?
It says, go back to New York, you prick.
Go home.
Go home. What the fuck are you doing in Connecticut?
Oh my god.
John.
why don't we just
Right, we
crash
have
the
to ask
garden?
Are we going to assault?
let's
Are we going to storm the castle then, or what?
At the minute, I'm thinking, can we just retcon this and say that we didn't come? Back to New York.
I think
It's all a dream.
we bit,
Committed now.
Yeah.
No, I've got a Tommy gun and a hard on. I am ready to go. Let's go.
That's quite a combo.
Is that a Tommy gun? Is that another Tommy gun in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Both.
Right, so how are we getting in? Are we doing the dishevelled attacked woman, or are we
No,
doing
no.
leg ups over the fence?
Are you still driving, by the way? Still going?
It's a very, very,
We're down the road now. We've got to turn around and come back because we're back in we're the next town.
very, very slow drive-by as we're all...
I think what. Who was I driving?
If we
I can't
are,
remember.
if we
It's
are
been that
driving
long.
around,
Yeah, you're driving.
can I examine the grounds around? I mean, I'm assuming if we're driving around to look, examine the grounds around to see if I noticed how this place might have been broken into a month ago. Meaning, do I see obvious places where they've done a repair
No.
job on the...
No.
So that means
No.
they came from underground. So, no, because we know that that's their modus operandi. We know
so
that
it's
from
a-
Bolivia.
I mean, I'll just stop you there, Randall. It does, in the little bit of the letter that I did read,
Oh, you read me
Um,
now?
it did say that there was magic involved in
Yeah.
In
taking
killing
down
the
some of the
people.
guards.
Means, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
sorcery.
I know that I'm going out on a limb, but it does seem. I mean, Tiranish was able to summon that gateway and was able to step through. Maybe somebody used something similar to get into the estate. Clearly, much smarter than we are.
Don't be ridiculous, Alfie. There's no way we're going to be able to replicate that to get in there.
Okay, back to the dishevelled woman bit then.
Can we forget that idea?
Yes,
Yeah, but
please.
at least they'll open the gates then.
You can't guarantee that they actually will.
If I
I mean-
faint and swoon outside the gates in 1930s, they will open the gate.
Who doesn't help?
Yeah,
There's
but
no
then-
guarantee that they're
Then
actually
they will
gentlemen,
have
though.
known that this place was infiltrated for the second time. Then they're going
I
to
mean,
quadruple the guards.
There's a there's a reason. I mean, they're expecting another.
That's why they got all the documents.
burglary, aren't they?
They may not be. If they've discovered the true purpose and it was accomplished, there'd be no reason for them to expect another attack.
It clearly says in the letter here that they're expecting. And I've read a little bit of the letter,
So
and that's
we're
definitely
here
it.
as reinforcements from Caduceus. Please, show us around because we are going to help with the guarding of this place. We're here to inspect. We're here to inspect. We're from
Okay, we need.
Caduceus.
How are we getting in? Come on, then,
We
guys.
showed the letter. The letter
What letter?
Oh, Frank De Luca.
Lucas de Italia.
Frank De Luca. Yeah.
Frank De Luca. And we said, we're here to inspect the premises. We're here to inspect the guarding and stuff like that. If you'd like, Jamie could swoon and say, "Oh, she's tired from the travels."
Yeah.
I could run up and tell them that and put some blood on my sleeve and tell them I've just had my arm chopped off.
That's actually that's the one that makes the most sense to me.
Which is a terrifying prospect, isn't it?
It really is.
We can cut off a little more to make it realistic.
Did it like?
That's a horrible idea. I'm sorry I said it.
Why don't we actually? What about the whole? We've broken down. Like, is that not a thing?
I mean, this is 1933. That's not going to be a cliche yet.
We
We're
have
not
a
going to be
surprise
interested in helping the
inspection.
men. Angie's got half an idea with the women thing.
Which bit? The chopped off arm or the swooning attacked woman?
I mean,
attacked women. Actually, I think that's.
I kind of like Randall's idea of just going up and saying we're
from Caduceus.
we're from Caduceus.
Well, we can
Well,
try that. Then if they
Master
don't let us
and
in, we can come back in
Buckley.
half an hour as the attacked woman. They'll never source us out.
Yeah. I mean, we can go try it, and if they go no, we'll just get back in the car and go home.
Well, no, hang on.
No.
Hang on. There's another way. We could put this big shroud over Jamie and have her lie still and say that we have
Pretend she's a
Tyrannish.
ghost. Oh,
We have Tyrannish here, and we have to bring Tyrannish in.
No, because they're getting things out
I mean,
there. They're gonna work.
Tyrannish was about 7
These are a
feet tall.
security firm. They're not going to know who Tyrannish is.
Exactly, which is why it's believable.
Oh god.
We're from Carduceus. Here's this. We have to bring Tyrannish back to the temple right now because somebody smarter than me will make up a reason for that.
I mean, Vinny's not a tall fella, is he? So if we had Jamie sat on top of Vinny's shoulders in a raincoat. No, we're not doing that.
Not particularly short either. He's not like me. he's normal.
Right. I mean, well, I think maybe we should just go try, like Rana said, let's just go and tell
Shut
them
the door and pretend
we're
we're
with
this.
Caduceus, and we'll try a charm offensive.
Yeah, you're right. I think it's we're telling the truth.
I'm a
Yeah.
master of guys.
Okay, so if we're doing that, I'm just trying to think what is normal etiquette for this year. So,
Spats and pinstripes, I think.
no, it's would it be
I don't know.
normal? We're turning up at this time of night. Would it be normal that a woman is driving? I don't know how the rules.
Oh, we're not going to worry about that. Who cares about that?
I think we should
Nah.
play a more progressive game where women shouldn't be restricted. Women players should not
Yeah.
be restricted. Women. can
Yeah, I
play,
don't
not be
think we
restricted.
need to worry about
Who's going to do the talking?
I suggest not me.
Well, I'm trying to find my.
If only
my
we had
pulp
somebody
skills,
who was
'cause I'm
an
sure one of
actor
them
who
is-
was used to getting into a role and then
No, I'm-
representing that role to the public.
I'm planning on doing it, right? But here it is, yeah, Master of Disguise. I'm looking for my actual talent.
It's in gearing
Spend
cash, I
10 luck points. Oh, it involves spending 10 luck points to gain a bonus dice to acting, to disguise or artcraft acting roles, including
And-
ventriloquism.
We still have everybody's name. We have Callan. Mr. Callan sent us on behalf of Mr.
Oh, Canning, yeah.
Canning.
If I use that to give myself a bonus on my disguise or on my acting, I go under 30 luck.
Right, we're not going to do that. Okay.
I can still try acting though. I don't need to do that bonus thing. That's not a necessity.
This
I can
is
still
you
try
know what?
disguise and acting.
This is actually, we could do like Radon and Tebe. We have this fancy car. We say Mr. Caduceus is in the car for an inspection. Vincent could
Oh,
look like, make himself disguised
Mr. Meaden.
Exactly. And then they salute him. They go in.
Him, we know what he
We
looks
kill all the
like.
terrorists. We free all the hostages. Sorry, Yoni. May your memory be a blessing. And we get to do what we need to do.
I could disguise myself as.
You've seen the guy, you know what he looks like, right?
I am an actor.
Yeah. Get that, Phil.
And we had preemptively thought of this before, so we have everything prepared. Because we are playing, Call of
Gumshoe.
Cthulhu Blades in the Dark Edition.
I carry a disguise kit. I have a disguise kit. It is in my inventory. That is a thing.
You brought that with you, did you?
Spend some points in preparation. And
it's one of my two
we're all good.
I take that with me everywhere. That's part of who I am and my abilities and what I can do. Yeah, I take that with me.
Okay.
we have you sat in the back of the car. So you're partly in shadow as well. So it's not like you're completely.
He did have a walking stick, so you can have like that walking stick ahead of you with the like holding on to it like two hands to make that's.
But Medium didn't have a walking stick.
They don't know that.
Maybe they do though.
It's when we get up to them, it's like, hello again, Mr. Meadham.
Are we going to be Meadham or just this random character with a walking stick?
That's interesting. You arrived 5 minutes ago. Fancy seeing you here again in such a short space of time.
I mean, it's the best idea we've got.
Really?
It is his home.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, there's that too.
Oh, it's his home. These guards will know him.
It is his home, but he also has apartments into the at the top of the meeting building.
Yeah.
These guys probably don't
Look.
know that well.
Look, we've got look points. We've got look points.
Yeah.
Some.
I mean, he might not be here.
We could push the roll. I mean, what's
I mean, it
worse that
turns
could happen?
out. I mean,
It turns
he may
out
have
it's
come
just
for
a
his
black
evening
box.
worship. He may have come for his evening worship. We don't know. But we've got look points to ensure that he doesn't.
We can only find out, and if it goes horribly, horribly wrong, well, it's Jamie's fault.
It
If
is.
goes horribly wrong.
Yeah.
I'm never going to hear the end of it because all I'm going to hear is, "I told you I should have went and said I'm being attacked and my bloody stump."
I mean, there's going to be all of that.
And helping a lady because it's the 1930s.
I expect a lot of "I told you so."
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
It's what it is.
yeah. Alternatively, we just blame Karina for not making the drive roll when we try to get away.
Okay, what's the plan?
Vinny
have
is going to
no
try.
idea.
He's going to
You're going
disguise
to run
himself
up to the gate, pretend to be in distress.
and shout, "Mr. Meadham's after me." No.
Mr. Meadham got me pregnant.
Vinny, I don't think
This way you
anybody
have
will
plans
believe
now,
that.
Phil.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
She react.
I mean,
No, I don't.
look, it is entirely possible, right, that we could lose this episode. Pretend it didn't happen and start again next week.
The lost YouTube file that was never added on.
No, there was no lost YouTube file because it never happened.
Never happened.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And it's no wonder we are going to need so much time to finish this.
I know, right?
Phil had us in Oklahoma and in a church.
we should have been, actually doing some proper investigating.
We have to
We
do
just,
a proper investigation. It's just we just got to think of it all ourselves. That's the
Vincent?
problem.
we've just been thwarted by a gate. That's all.
Vincent? Vincent?
Listen.
No, damn, wrong. You're an actor. You're Meadham. Don't respond to Vincent. That was a test. Let's start all over again. Meadham.
Hello. Yes.
Ah,
Sir Meadham to you. Mr. Meadham to you.
yes, Mr. Meadham. Did you see Vincent?
Vincent,
What happens if he's already in the house?
Well,
The guard
We're not
will be
thinking of
very
backwards here.
confused.
We're just thinking of
What?
the plan.
He's
That's
already
it.
in the house? He's an imposter! Call the alarm!
That's
Go
the
get
thing.
him.
We have to then convince them that, yeah, anyway, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's fine. Look,
Look,
That is a
Mr.
bridge
Needham
we-
was not on the train. Well, I mean, we didn't travel first class, so we don't know. But we would have seen him, presumably.
Well, this is
departing.
what one
if he's
train
already
ever.
if he's already in, we just tell the guards that's his body double.
He
and
could
you
have
feel
travelled
it's
this
completely
morning.
different.
He
You
could
know-
have driven here this morning.
This story's getting more and more convoluted as it goes on.
The more we talk with each other, the more we try and
know.
figure this out, the worse it
this
gets.
gets like,
Oh, hey, we're committed now, though.
Jamie's
You're
fault.
going to be in the next state anyway. You're still driving along this.
Yeah,
That's right.
Operation Radon Entebbe.
No, we're doing
Let's do
laps.
it.
you know what's happened? We've basically just driven all the way back to New York by now.
Exactly.
We just kind of thought, you know what? No, let's not do that.
That's ridiculous.
just
Where
back
would we
in New
get
York with a
petrol in an
stolen
hour
car.
like this?
Yeah.
Well, we went to Connecticut and stole a car.
Yeah, it's nearly midnight, and what have
I
we
mean, I
achieved
like
today?
the idea. Yeah, and we're going to end on a cliffhanger as we pull up to the gate with Vinny dressed.
No.
And we've
We're-
achieved
playing
absolutely.
this out
Still
tonight.
don't know how we're getting
Nothing.
through the gate.
Listen, don't you worry about that.
Mr.
Vinny's got it covered.
I thought you were going to mug some old man, steal all his shaving to take all his grey hair so he can make a beard.
Yes, and can we make a look roll?
Oh,
Maybe it was actually Meadham that we mugged.
Yeah.
Aren't we in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah. We're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
so by with every passing minute.
Can I just ask one question? Do we all have more than 30 luck? Because I can see how this is going to end.
Yes.
I do now. 33
Well,
jump.
okay, that's all right then.
So which
I
plan?
will allow you to shave my head if you need gray hair.
Ooh.
Sorry, Randy's gray hair.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
I don't think we should go with the fake medium thing, because if he's in the house, they're going to shoot us.
Why
No.
would he be here though?
Now, I think that would actually
He
give them more
lives
incentive to
here!
take us in
No,
to find
he
out who we
lives
are.
in New York in the 8th floor. He's got him.
No, that's his workplace. He lives here.
He does have an
doesn't
apartment there,
travel
though.
2 hours back and forth to work every day. Plus, they just lost, Karishma or whatever her name was. Kiranish, thank you. He needs
You're
to be
welcome.
in New York to manage that. And let's hope the
Yeah.
guards don't know that.
That's a massive assumption there.
Correct. It's called
Yeah.
the
This whole thing is assumptions.
Yeah, I don't know if you're aware. We've been doing that all night.
So you know what? Here, I'm willing to compromise. If we get up to the gate and we pretend we have Meadham in the car, and they say, "What? He's already here," then
Yeah.
we'll go, "Oh no! I mean, we have a lady who's swooning," and then they'll have to be forced to be chivalrous and open it up.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
No,
Can we
no,
just
no,
do
no,
the
no.
swooning bit?
No.
If you
I
really
think the
want
medium
to, I
things-
will.
We say we've got Meadham here, if they say no, Meadham's in the house already, they say we say yeah, that's right. We've got this new body double because we're doubling security, so we've got an actual body double for Meadham. And that,
Like,
Yeah, we
Genuinely think that
we
they would accept us
congratulate
in.
them on passing the test.
What happens
And
if they ask
ask
for a
them to-
password?
Invite us. What?
Well,
The
Vinny can
password?
act out being incredibly
my God.
offended. How dare they ask?
The password. We know the password. The password is Frank DeLuca.
Well, I'm actually now thinking that this is actually a really good idea to get in, because there's more chance of them actually letting us in, because they might, if he is at home, they might think it's one of the Serpent people dressed up as him. So they're gonna invite us in, and
Killers.
kill us.
Wow,
Anyway.
that went a different way. There wasn't.
yeah. But I mean, we
expected.
get to the house at least.
That is a good point.
We could just say we're Serpent people.
I like my
No.
plan. I like
I like the plan. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Carry On Cthulhu.
I mean,
It's
it's called Pulp
supposed
for
to
a
be
reason.
Pulp.
A pulp.
It's mush at the minute.
Circus Cthulhu.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, Philip, no.
How you all doing there? No, I hear you doing okay.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
You didn't think it could happen twice in 2 weeks, did you? No, you were wrong.
You know what? You can't blame me for this.
What?
What?
Yeah, we can. We can. We will.
Look. Let's not go on about blaming who's to
Said
blame.
we should go, and you all said yes, and I said we don't have to go, and I said we can go to Oklahoma and then go to this place afterwards, and you all said no, I think we should go.
Yeah, we should go first.
Yeah.
We had a nice trip.
We all made a
So you
stupid
can't blame
decision by not
us.
reading the letter, by feigning that we didn't read the
the
letter.
problem lies
Okay?
here is in letter reading and reading the handouts that you're given.
Yeah.
The thing is,
You
I did
need to
read
make-
it, but none of it went in.
Oh no! Did you put the
Your
letter on the
handouts need to be
screen?
brief because clearly we can't handle more than a sentence.
Besides,
on a
in a
handout.
different state.
I'll
Say it's next to
I'll
where
get
we
I'll
are.
get a highlighter pen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, yeah. Don't forget to read this bit.
I feel really like I actually said out loud about the 7th floor of the meeting building, but like it just didn't register.
Oh my God, she did as well, didn't she?
I mean,
just thought,
yeah. My thought was, it's going to be much harder to break into that building than it is this one.
You know what?
And it turns out I may have been.
Right now, I think that's a good job we didn't read that properly because we would be trying to break into that meeting building, the meeting offices, right?
I mean,
now.
we'd be dead already, wouldn't we? Let's
we have
face
access
it.
to the building.
Yeah, but
we have
Not to his, we don't have access to his safe,
It could have
though.
been more plausible than us getting back in that building and then getting into here.
Actually, you're right. It would have been a lot easier to get in there, wouldn't it?
It was actually only a week ago that this happened, not a month.
What?
Well, depending on what date you got the letter, I suppose.
It's that's when the letter was written. I actually received the letter on like the 24th of March or something.
So that's been,
Yeah, well, it were either today
23rd of March, was it? Something like that. Something like that. Late March. Lord, don't even try and make.
It was today, wasn't it? Oh, the day? No, yesterday.
Yeah. When all my troubles seem so far away.
That song wasn't invented yet.
Oh, dear. You found it this morning.
I did, and acted because we're men and women of action.
Well, I haven't seen any guard dogs so far, so that's a good sign.
You're down the road about 10 miles now.
No, we stopped.
Yeah,
At least we know there are no patrols out here.
I definitely probably would have stopped driving when being insinuated that I look pregnant.
She stopped. It's just been glaring.
Excuse me.
Yeah, turned her head. Is glaring. Whoever suggested such a thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wouldn't have come to the estate if I'd read this letter.
I can't say the same because I did read it.
I mean, I read it too, more than once, and and yet still here we are.
Here we are.
Oh my God.
You can't ever say it's boring, you know what I mean?
Oh dear.
I never been to Oklahoma before. It was fun.
And you know what? You may never get there.
Next week, we're going back to Bolivia.
There's definitely guard dogs because it
We
says
may never have been there.
there's new guard dogs.
Not lizard hybrids.
But yeah, at least they're not lizard dogs.
Anyway, are we gonna attempt this then, Vinny? Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we should be here. now.
No, you're not Vinny. Stop answering to the name Vinny. You're an actor, goddammit. Act like one.
Got me again. Damn it.
Good like a scene from The Great Escape, isn't it? Good luck. Thank you. Yeah.
We'll try it.
Jesus. So are we going to break in now at 12 o'clock or are we going to go back, rethink this and come back to the break-in next week?
Well, yes.
Don't all
Okay.
answer at
So
once.
if there is a serious concern, about Mr. Meatham
Serious.
being there, then we do bed somewhere for the night, watch to see when he leaves, what he looks like, what he's dressed in, and we go back and we say, oh, Mr. Meatham forgot something, or plans have changed, or, if you want, if that'll give us extra time to think about things and prepare more properly.
What, you want us to start thinking about things?
Betterly, but that's.
I mean, we started halfway through. It just didn't go well.
It's one of those situations now where I'm thinking we should just forget the whole thing, go home. But
now
we've
I've read the
wasted
letter.
so much time.
It's your fault for not reading the letter.
Poor Tom got their car stolen for nothing, man.
I know. That was a good roll, though.
How are we going to expense this trip to Caduceus? That's what I don't.
Oh my god.
So are you doing this, or are you
Oh, we're
abandoning
committed
this?
now. We're committed now.
I think we should be.
I think we should. I don't think the medium thing's gonna work, guys.
Oh, but you think the dishevelled woman running up saying, "Oh, I've been attacked by a bear," and this I've lost my hand.
You could say I've been kidnapped and drop and abandoned down the road in the car. Did you see the car go by and then be all like hysterical? I didn't say I was doing it. I think Karina would be better at doing it than me.
I think it might actually be more believable or realistic if you come out disheveled and say, "Oh my God, my car broke down back there, and I've been attacked by, I don't know what they were. Were they dogs? Were they lizards? It was like a combination of both. Horrid, horrid, horrid." And then they're going to want to bring you into,
Yeah, Karina, do
because
that.
you can't know about that, and then you're going to bonk them on the head, and then we can follow in.
Yeah, Karina, do that.
We've had about 15 different plans to get into this place now, and all of them have been rubbish.
Vinny, at one point, Vinny's just going to get up and walk up to the gate with his stomach and that fuck these plans.
Vinny, what do you think?
I think I vote for the Karina doing the dishevelled thing.
Okay, so there's one vote for the Karina doing the dishevelled thing. Any other votes for the Karina doing the dishevelled thing?
Well,
was there guards at the gate or were they patrolling?
No, inside the gate, yeah.
Seeing as that one doesn't involve Randy.
So there were two guards at the gate, inside the gate, and there was a guardhouse. But the letter mentions
more guards and patrols.
3 men per shift, and doubling the patrol frequencies.
So I mean, they're going round twice as often, which means they're not patrolling constantly if they have to double the frequency.
How far away is the guardhouse?
The guardhouse is right next to the gate on the inside.
Oh, fucking hell, it would be, wouldn't it?
Do you have ether?
Now we're asking the important question.
Ether?
No, it's not like ether, no.
Chloroform.
Cocaine?
So there's one guard in the guardhouse and 2 guards downstairs.
Is there one? Only one that we can see.
All you've seen is two guards stood just inside the gate. There's a guardhouse just inside the gate. The lights are on inside the guardhouse. Other than that, you have not seen anything.
All right.
else.
Okay. I think since Jamie has lived on a farm, what we need to do is find the closest farm to here, steal its truck with like produce tomorrow, and then go and say we're here to deliver the produce. And some of us can hide, like, in the bales of
Idea 16 is that?
Do you think they get deliveries direct from farms by truck to their house?
Phil, do you think that you've been trapped in some kind of perpetual nightmare?
Vincent, you think that was the only problem with the farm truck idea?
No, definitely not. I still think the idea of pretending to be medium, I think that's the best we've got so far.
I quite like that. I'd like to see how that plays out.
Yeah, I'd like to see how some of them play out. It scares the heck out of me, but I'd love to see how it plays out too. It'll be a way to resolve it in any case, but yes.
Or killers. And we won't be playing this in April.
That's it. Yeah. I mean, for Phil, it's a win-win, right?
If he TPK'd us all right now, I don't think he'd be sad.
Yeah.
I think it's one of them that
By the way, I do have a new character concept anyways. His name is Randy Savage. It's spelled Randi.
A French big game hunter.
Oh my god.
Right.
Do you have a plan yet?
No.
we have loads. Yeah.
You choose one. Choose one,
Pick
keeper.
a card, any
We have
card.
plenty.
I do think that the Vinny disguising himself is probably the better one.
Oh god.
Best of a bad bunch, I think. Though.
What do you mean,
Yeah.
Vinny?
Because in that situation, we're already in the car will be running. If it fucks up, we can just reverse and run away. Yeah?
There you go. Yeah. Let's do that.
Mr. Meadham, why are you carrying a Tommy gun?
It's his walking stick.
I'm just pleased to see you.
It's disguise the Tommy gun as your walking stick.
Okay.
Meadham doesn't have a walking
No,
stick.
that would be good for the guard though. I mean, we're guarding him. We have.
Oh wow.
Tommy gun. It's not.
Okay.
I would just like to point out that Vinny does not have a Tommy gun.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Oh
I was-
yeah, we never got through to that, did we?
You're mean.
Oh.
Okay.
Can he have a stick that he can disguise as a Tommy gun? In that case. Right.
All right.
Okay. So you turn the car around. Oh, are you disguising yourself first?
Aye.
Okay, I want you to make a disguise roll, but I want you to make it as a private GM roll.
Oh.
How do I do that?
Oh.
The right
On the
click or
drops-
something?
No, there's on the thing, you've got like a drop-down menu on the at the bottom of the chat.
Right, bottom of
See
the
it?
chat. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not public role. You
Private GM role.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. So, you concoct your disguise.
Oh.
I'm not
Okay.
a fan of this. This is okay.
So you can all, well,
You know,
obviously
instead of
can
being
all-
you
all
guys, I
lose.
think I want to join Caduceus. Oh, well, what am I talking about?
I just want to join the inner night.
Exactly.
So it's
So-
not. So it's obviously it's not a fumble because everybody else would clearly see that you've
Yeah.
you know, just stuck the hair in your trousers or something.
We're not noticing like lipstick, like
No.
out of place. So that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, hair in the trousers, lipstick.
No lipstick on the
Yeah.
teeth. So it's a good disguise.
Okay. So, I is Karina going to drive up to the gate, or are we going to?
Yes, I believe she's going to drive. We need
Yeah.
to have a bodyguard because he doesn't go anywhere without a bodyguard. Which
Oh,
is Alfie. You look rather large and powerful and young. You will.
Just for the record, Alfie looks like neither of those things.
Yeah. Well, you're not an old man like me. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's going to be fairly dark in there. Yeah.
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 So who's talking then?
I guess it'll be me.
All right.
I mean, I guess it depends if they come out the gate or we have to get out of the car to speak to them.
Depends if they talk to me or not. If they don't talk to me, I'm not going to be talking.
Mhm.
I mean, wait.
The point is that I just sit there and look like them.
That's right. And they're not going to delay you.
I
mean,
don't
they're
wanna-
not
I
gonna
don't-
delay you.
Does this car look like the kind of car that meets him?
What? The car with the roof that's
Splash
been
in
cut
the roof.
open.
Can't
Is that very
top down.
noticeable?
Oh God!
I'm. Same thing. Wait,
Why are you
hang on.
pointing flaws in our plan, Phil? I mean,
Were
come
bobby
on.
pins invented then?
What are we doing?
I don't know.
We're committed.
Probably. Surely.
It's dark, and it's a dark cover. They're not going to notice the rip.
Yeah, it's been said now. It's canon. Like, just gotta try.
Yeah, I want to see. I mean, it's not just me that wants to see what's going to happen. It's 12 other people in addition to us.
I want to see what's going to happen.
And if this makes it to YouTube, another 300 people, and then 400.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Let's
All
do
right.
it. Let's do it.
All right.
You do realise the medium mistake, it's only a model. Okay.
You're right. This is a silly place.
Okay, so you turn around and drive back with Mr. Is Mr. Meadham sat in the back?
I am.
Okay, and approach the gates.
Vinny, break a leg.
The main gates.
Very good.
Or possibly the only gate of the Meadham estate. And as you pull up in front of the gates, the
I can't watch.
the two security guards, the two guards, they walk up to the gate and call through. Says, "Who's this? Who are you? What are you doing here?"
I'll take care of this, Mr. Meadham.
Thank you. I'll return to my newspaper that I'm reading.
There's been a change of plan. Mr. Meadham requires access to the premises. How are you? Has it been busy?
You can make
Has there
it.
been a lot of Mr. Meadham's past?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You didn't see us. We were driving so fast before. And Mr. Meadham wasn't in the back of the car, so it can't have been the same one.
So I want you to make a group look roll. So the person with the lowest look.
Anyone got lower than 30?
Oh.
I got 37.
I've got 50.
I got 59.
It's me.
Come on.
It's Mr.
You know-
Meadham.
You spend luck like it's, I don't know.
Look,
Can't spend look on a look roll, though.
Starex's roles all private.
Oh, because I
No,
cheated.
it's still private.
Yeah, yeah. I should have
Yeah.
done another one now.
It was
I know.
36.
I'm 36 over 33.
Three above.
Effing hell.
Can you not?
It's lucky can't push it or do anything.
No.
Now. I mean,
So,
Alfie's
one
like
thing-
really
one-
fucking charming.
So yeah, you can make a your well, I don't think it's going to be more persuade, I guess, really, isn't it? More than charm.
Don't say that.
Can I give the guy a? Can I use my acting role to give the guy a scolding look?
Oh,
you can use your acting role to give Alfie a bonus dice.
it's not going to make any
Right.
difference,
I
man.
want to give the guy a scolding look. Like, why are you asking?
Scathing look. Oh,
Scathing look. That's the one. Scathing look. Like, why are you asking questions? Like, I'm going to look up at him. Like, I'm the boss. Why are you asking questions? I'm the boss. Let me in. I want to
There's an
use.
acting role then.
Yes. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Come on, Vinny.
Oh. Oh. Flipping heck.
But that you can push.
That I can push.
That
That I can push. If I feel this, hit the gas. Just hit the gas if I feel
Push
this.
it, please push it.
I'm pushing it. If I feel, just hit the gas, right?
Well, we won't know.
Oh!
Nice.
Hit it round, yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so one of the guards takes a flashlight from his pocket, flicks it on, and points it, shines it through the gate. Is that you, Mr. Meadham?
Yes, it's
Back
got
with
a
two
flashlight
women.
out of my face.
I did say.
You
And he
should
kindly
actually
said
go.
it.
No, it's not. What do you think? Let me in already. Janitor,
Sir.
actor.
This is what happened to the car, sir. The roof appears to be slashed.
Yes, the driver was. He set a bump in the road, and we've swerved, and it's a low-hanging tree branch has ripped a hole in the roof of the car. Unfortunately.
Wow.
I'm so desperate. No.
Call somebody to repair that for tomorrow.
No.
Give us a persuade roll. But it'll have to be, so it's a joint persuade acting roll, I think. So you've got to kind of keep up your acting, so you need to persuade. So it needs one roll to pass both.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, that didn't pass persuade, right?
No, persuade's dead.
10?
It's fast talk that I've got 60. I've got fast talk 60. It would have passed that.
He said, we should have created characters together so that we didn't have exactly the same skills.
Yeah, we had
I would have,
Yeah.
And prior knowledge of this incident.
that as well.
yeah.
So, I'm sorry, Mr. Beam, sir. Would you mind stepping out of the car?
Would you mind who you're addressing, son? Would I mind stepping out of the car? Give him another look, like.
I mean, can I? Pardon my I don't know what the word is. Forgotten. No disrespect, Mr. Meadham, but perhaps that's not a bad idea. There has been a security breach recently. Perhaps you should.
Of course, yeah, you're right.
I'm sorry.
You're right. I'm sorry. It's the stress of the car and all that. Yes, okay. So I guess I start to step out of the car.
Okay. Oh,
This is where you
what
both
is your,
manage.
You've seen the way he's walked before and comes in.
what's your size?
40.
Oh shit!
He's a master of disguise.
What's your size?
40, 40.
Sorry?
40, surrender. 40.
Is this
Was he a giant?
picked up on before?
Yes. Yeah, that's like almost half his size.
Oh my! I hope you brought your big shoes.
Well, we know how this is gonna end now. Okay.
I know how I rolled in disguise, though. You don't.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, that's the point. Yeah.
So he looks at you and he looks at the other guy and says, "Oh, thank you, Mr. Meadham. We'll just need to bring this through."
Sure, of course. If you just let us be on our way now, I've had a stressful day.
Yeah,
I think he's going to
heard
bring
about
it through
Tyrannesh
before.
and everything, right?
And so one of the security guards, one of the guards, he walks over to the guardhouse and disappears inside.
Oh, he
So we've
didn't
got one
call
guard
from
on his
the
own, and
house?
we're outside the house. Is it bonking time, Ange? Is this when you bonk him?
Pardon?
The gates.
I'm not
Just
bonking anybody.
You were going to bonk him on the head, weren't you?
Oh,
No, in for a penny, in for a
Not that kind of bonk.
I mean, wow.
We bonk him on the head. Not that kind of bonk. What are you on about?
Doing the bonking. I was doing the dishevelled bit, and you were doing the bonking. Now you're disguised.
I've got this one guy on his own. I can take out this one guard and we're one down, but is that a wise move?
They're still on the
We
other
need
side
the
of the
gate
gate at the
open.
moment.
Yeah, let's.
Oh,
No,
right,
he's
we-
not even let us through the gate. How rude.
in for a
He's not-
penny, in for a pound. Let's see where this goes.
Yeah, let's. I mean, let's see what comes back from the
So,
Phil hates us.
Yeah,
So-
he's regretting. Yeah, I mean, his life is at the moment is just filled with regret. I think he might hang up his GMing shoes.
He's gonna give up. Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
other guard comes back, and they seem to exchange glances, a look, and the other guard who still stood just in behind the gate, he reaches inside his jacket.
Ooh,
Get the gas.
Lollipop.
And I think we'll leave it there, shall we?
Oh!